Ligar de
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out petrifying pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is this?
Unmute ye, and you've gone blank. Why is that? Uh-oh, let me refresh that.
Dude, this is very bright.
It's already all falling apart. Why
Just a
are you
pumpkin
going
stream.
blank? What's
It's
happening?
just a pumpkin stream tonight.
It was working
They
before I
told
went
everybody
live.
last time. Last time I told everybody this is common, so
Can they hear us?
They should be able to hear you, but they're not seeing you.
LSB says I heard 777's pillow talk. I'm sure he knows about the eggs. Maybe he had us unmuted this whole time. I don't know. Cause you're an idiot.
Moses is in the right. You shut your whore mouth. I had you on mute, okay?
I don't know. LSB
Alright, so
just
I
said.
fixed your cameras as well.
Pillow talk. What does he mean by pillow talk?
Pillow talk?
Maybe he's talking about something about when you were streaming with. And you didn't realize that.
Damn, yeah, you left the
Turn
microphone
the
on.
brightness.
You left the
brightness
microphone on. That pillow talk with Amanda. Please don't beat me tonight, Amanda.
Shut your mouth. The brightness in this bitches.
What bright? You got a light shining on your face? Is that it? You got that
It's a
ring
monitor.
light? Oh,
It's the monitor.
I see.
Turn it
Donnie
down now.
is here. How you doing, Mr. Donnie? Roy Schwartz is peeping. LSB, of course, is here. Move Master Mick, moving masterfully through the comments. And that's everyone. That's everyone that's there. Audio is good. Thank you, Donnie.
Test.
Now I see 3. Thank you for letting us know. How horrible. But I don't know what he's talking about. You said Amanda was his pillow. Yes, I did. He heard, no, he's saying he heard the pillow talking. I understood what you meant, LSB. But I understand why Muzz would confuse it for pillow talk, because that's a thing people say as well. And there's Muzz's cat, of course, behind Muzz himself, and beside Mr. Jackpot, who are joining me for the 56th episode of Touching Tips.
56.
56, the big 5-6.
How has this gone on that long?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's probably not going to make it to 58. We'll wait and see. But yeah, this one is going to be short, I think. I could only find 6 topics. Maybe I missed a load of shit. I don't know if you looked at the list to see what's there.
Yes.
Maybe I've left out a lot of shit, but I was usually what I do when I'm researching is I go to Upload Viewer, I go to roadtoviewer.com, and I go to the Reddit. And I scroll back for a week, since the last episode to see what's there.
New stuff.
And this was kind of, there's probably some other couple of things that I just didn't think were interested enough to talk about. But if you've heard anything or want to speak about anything at all, then feel free to add us. If it's
right now or at the end,
whenever. Is there
even make comments? Even throw comments in there about apart stuff that we might have not missed.
Yeah, listen, if it's short,
something
it's short,
to talk about later, just before I forget, because I will forget. Apparently, everybody's talking shit on the Discord for First Contact, saying that Breachers is the firework killer, blah 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 blah. It's gonna kill Firewall. So, if you guys, we can talk about what we think about that.
I do have Firewall as a topic. Or no, not Firewall. I got Breachers as a topic. So if you want to
Firewall,
save that for when I'm talking about Breachers. No, I don't. I mixed it up.
Isn't that my Firewall shirt? Right? Can we talk about Firewall? So I'll point out where today,
But you can talk about whatever you want, bitch. All right, is my point. Boss, all I'm saying is I do have a topic about Breachers. So if you want to say it for when we're talking about Breachers, or if you want to say it right now, then it's up to you. I don't care.
I
do not care.
I'll wait.
All right. So, Muzz, Jackpot, how you been since the last week? Remember your last weeks? We were judges. We had, that went smoothly enough, I think. There was no issues. I didn't hear any problems anyway. Everyone seemed kind of happy enough with that.
Yeah, that was fun. Did everybody get their rewards?
David reached out to me and asked me who was first, second, and third, and what's their names and all this.
If they got paid,
I don't know.
Everyone got
my problem. Not my problem. Don't care.
That's out of our hands. It's nothing to do with us.
Too bad.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, anything exciting in the last week?
You should bring Kathleen somehow next time if you're picked again to do that.
You want to leave it as chance. Kathleen is chance. Is that fair?
All right, fine.
No.
I don't know.
Fine.
I was thinking about bringing Kathleen in other ways. If we were playing Pavlov.
Right, maybe do an intro.
If we were doing Pavlov.
As a third guest? As a third guest?
Just have her on loop there where Jackpot should be. Spinning the wheel over and over again. But no, I was thinking something like Pavlov where it's decide what weapon you use. pistols only or whatever. Spin the wheel and she picks what weapons or
Right.
whatever. I don't know. Just an idea. Move Master Mix says it never happened. Nothing to see here. Exactly. It was all an hallucination. I got the content. That's all that matters. Anyway, it sounds like nothing happened to you in the last week or so that's worth talking about.
Nah, still don't have any time to really play anything, so the same as always.
And
Nope.
you need a vacation, guys.
I need a vacation.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving next week.
Oh, there. Canadian Thanksgiving already happened like a month ago, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
What's
They're
the?
already coming.
Why do you have Thanksgiving as well, Muzz? I don't understand why it's in. I thought it was an American thing.
Because we have to copy the states and stuff.
And it's the same, like the same exact things. It had to do with native Canadians instead of Native Americans. Is that it?
I don't even know. I don't care.
All right. I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to get cultured over here. Just throw it back
It probably is. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, when is Thanksgiving? What's the date?
I think it's the last Thursday of November.
All right, you getting that turkey? You gonna have some of that gobble gobble?
Smoked turkey.
Smoking
and some potatoes, some good American potatoes from Idaho.
Idaho, damn.
Idaho potatoes.
Good stuff. I'm from there originally.
Or maybe Mexican potatoes. I don't know because I'm close to Mexico, so they might be from Mexico.
There's no potatoes in Mexico. You silly.
Potatoes in Mexico.
There's no food in Mexico. What are you talking about?
Less GMOs.
Less GMOs. Decepticon would be happy to hear that. He's very paranoid about the like what's in the food in America. He should be. I heard about the bread. The bread qualifies as cake. Your American bread qualifies as cake over here.
It's a lot of foods that are banned here. That are not banned here. They're banned in Europe and stuff.
Yeah. And yet I'm the fattest one here. So I don't know what do you want to take away from that. LSB says papas. Is that what you call potatoes in Spanish? Papas?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppies? All right. Anyway.
Puppies.
Oh, puppies. Anyway, first topic is Arizona Sunshine 2, and it's getting a showcase, a gameplay showcase. So they're doing a whole special event just for this game to finally properly show off the actual gameplay. Which I think is needed because it's coming out like this. Is it the 7th of December or the 17th? One of them. Either way, it's not far away, and we didn't really see an awful lot about it, and we still haven't seen any PSVR2 footage. So I'm hoping we do see that at this showcase event. But here's what they're saying about it. November 17th, which is Friday, I think. Yes. And it's going to be 5 p.m. CET, which is Central European time, which is 4 p.m. my time. So that will be 9 p.m. American East Coast. They're going to have dev commentary. They're going to have co-op details, which I'm looking forward to hearing. Surprise guests, and they're going to have creator highlights and more, whatever that means. But will you be tuning in? Will you be watching this?
No,
Absolutely.
I don't like spoilers.
No?
I just don't like spoilers. But I'm.
I don't think it's going to be spoilers. They're probably not going to give story stuff away. They're just going to.
I know. I'm just very stupid about literally like all this. I don't even want to watch the. I already saw there's a fucking dog riding a fucking little cart with a sombrero. Like what the fuck? I want to like that for me. It sounds silly, but that's spoilers for me. So I'm excited about this game. I don't want to know nothing. The more I'm excited about, the least I want to know. I trust people. I'm not gonna. I don't know pre-order anymore, but I trust people to let me know. Hey, this game is worth it. This is not. And I already know based unless it's trash, which I don't think it is. I just don't, But that's why I'm excited. I'm too excited. That's why I don't want to watch anything. But again, I'm pretty stupid like that. I don't like spoilers like that.
But this, like the story, can you even remember the story in the first game?
Fuck no.
No. So what's the problem?
It's not about the story. It's just about.
It wasn't really a story.
Gameplay moments and stuff.
Like how it plays and just everything. I don't know. I just prefer the more blind I go into it. I know where Arizona Sunshine kind of is. So like I said, just for me, like again, I'm very stupid about that. It's not that big of a deal, but if I can avoid it, that's why I'm just not gonna watch it.
But what about
because I just want everything to be fresh.
Co-op? What if the co-op is like a whole different thing you don't know about? You want to know about it? Surely, You'd watch
I don't
it
want to
see
know
all the
about it.
details. You don't
I'm
know
gonna buy the
what if
game.
it's shit,
I just
though?
what well I'm not gonna pre-order it. I want to wait until everybody that buys it and plays is like, hey, this game is actually really good, and I know I'm gonna know the complaints, and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna buy it based on people saying it's good or not, which I think it looks pretty good. But that's why I don't pre-order it.
All right.
But again,
Okay.
I'm just weird, different.
Okay.
I just want to mainly know about the multiplayer. That's all I'm curious about because I just want to know if it's the full game or if it's like a separate thing with multiplayer or how that works because like they were the way that they worded it in the little write up that they had there was and we're going to be discussing more of the multiplayer element or something. Like the
I've written
I just
down co-op
assumed
details from the tweets. I think they say co-op
yeah,
details.
co-op details, yeah. So like what kind of details like if it's not just straight up like you can play the whole game in campaign like in co-op
I think they're being
then
intentionally cagey with that shit, though. I think they might have like some kind of
yeah.
surprise.
Well, I
Like it
hope it's
might
not
be
a
its
bad
own.
surprise.
What it could have like its own campaign. Like
I don't want its own I just want
I
to play the
know,
whole
I know.
game
Okay,
in
but
in co-op. So I'll be disappointed if they just say it's like, okay, these separate missions are like where co-op happens.
yeah, I
So
don't know.
play the whole game.
It's curious, like how would the dog work then, and would you both have a dog, or what would go on?
Yeah,
Anyway,
that too. Yep.
maybe one of you would have a cat.
Like as silly as that sounds, I would prefer that I didn't know that you have a dog. You know what I mean? Like that
The
sounds
selling
it's
point.
fucking
That's
silly as that.
that's the big selling point of the whole game is this dog.
That is
Oh, like right now you have the video playing on the bottom, and I've never seen it. All I'm focusing on is the Muzz's
Played
cat.
this video like 5 weeks in a row. You've seen this video. You'll forget
I
it
don't
again. You'll
look at
forget
it,
it
you
again. You just
idiot.
smoke up
I
some more
don't look at
marijuana
it.
and you will forget it again. Don't
That's
worry
not
about
how
it.
it works,
That's
you
exactly how
dummy.
it works. All
No,
right, that is 100% how it
I
works.
just don't look at it. Listen, keep going.
I will keep. Let me check the comments. So Ray Schwartz says Canadians have whale blubber and seal meat instead of turkey. I didn't know that was. I wish you'd tell me these interesting things.
that's like the way north.
that illegal?
Way
Oh,
up
I thought he was
north is what
joking.
they
I
do.
thought he was joking, but it's
No,
actually happening.
he is.
Okay. Decepticon says, for once Jackpot is right, will not be watching. How you doing, Decepticon, by the way? Brentley. And LSP says, it's nice when developers showcase their games before they release ... And this is a sharp comment directed towards God knows who, because that could be any amount of developers. Decepticon says, if it's a game I'm going to play regardless, I don't want to see anything. LSB says, better than having complete radio silence. The first one lets you play through the story with a friend. And Bremen 1973 is here. How you doing, Bremen, with the pink hand? Why you got a dox, Danny? I've been calling you Brentley for the longest time now. I hope once you complete the game, you can change the dog into an armadillo, says Move Master Mick. You can get like pre-order outfits for the dog. You can turn him into like a zombie
dog.
Yeah. So maybe that might not be as cool as an armadillo, but that's there for you as well. What if they don't show PSVR2 footage tomorrow? Is that something we should worry about? Like if it's going to be running on PCVR, because this footage we're watching right now is PCVR. So there's a chance it'll just be PCVR. You going to worry if it's not PSVR2 if they don't show what that looks like?
How shitty can it look? The only
It can look shitty, don't worry.
I know. Well,
Head split, you know.
I don't.
Other games like
Unless they don't have the eye tracking, like the rendering stuff.
Which they might
if they don't have that, okay. Well, if that's the case, then maybe. But then that's why I don't pre-order the game. That's why I wait for you guys that you don't mind about the silliness that I do about the spoilers to tell me, you know what, this game fucking sucks. This game looks like trash. Like No Man's Sky, when it came out, I was very excited, and then people are like, "Oh, it looks the same," and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
And apparently now it looks amazing.
What do you mean?
It is.
You haven't tried it?
Not yet, but I will now that I know that. Now I know that, but I have it. Okay. I just there's other stuff to play. But now that I know that you guys told me that it looks amazing, so
The PSVR 2 version of No Man's Sky is better than the PC VR version of No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
How
I
it
haven't played it
looks,
for
or
a
you mean
while.
overall?
I need to get back on it.
Decepticon says it can't be any more shitty than part 1. Damn. I didn't realize Decepticon hates part 1 so much. Did he say this last time as well? We were talking about Arizona Sunshine.
Are you talking about? Maybe he's talking about the story. Is he talking about the story or the?
Was there even a story to it?
No,
Just kind of dicking
it was
around.
just he was just trying to get like
The
get
helicopter
evacuated,
rescue or
basically.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, how
yeah,
much
he was
can we
just trying to
expect from VR games like story-wise like
Oh, but I'm not
this? Like,
expecting that.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
listen, that's why I was saying I don't know why you're worried about spoilers. Why? Because when I thought you were talking about story spoilers, because I was like, this story in this game doesn't really matter. It's just an excuse for shenanigans to happen with zombies. You know.
I think it'll be cool if it obviously like for me, just for me, The Last of Us one. I've only played that. For me, that's for me the best story, the most immersive I've been
It's up there.
in any game. So for me, VR, of course, I would have loved to have that, but I don't worry as much. I'm so immersed, and I'm worried more about the gameplay, especially like this. You can fuck around with the faces I just saw, unfortunately,
Spoilers.
and more like that. For me, I don't think the story for me matters as much because it's really, really fun, or at least the gameplay. But of course, I would like if it's really, really solid story and voice acting. Not like that last time, the dude, but yeah,
Yeah, his voice
yeah,
acting
no,
was
I'm
fine. It's
excited.
just the volume of the voice.
Yeah, very
Did,
loud.
It
does
was too much.
do, do either of you guys think that the guy that's voicing the main guy, every time I hear the trailer, like he sort of sounds like Chopper or Chopped.
Chopped. Actually, kind
He
of.
does.
Just
He
realized.
sort of sounds like he sort of sounds like Chopped. Sometimes he can sound the same
Just
when
realized
he's
your
talking.
camera was fucked up there. I'm sorry about that. You were down too low. But you're back up. But yeah, he does have that chopped kind of. I'll say whatever the fuck I want because I'm in the apocalypse. Although chopped will just do that day to day. You know, he's not in the
Yeah,
apocalypse, but he'll just talk as if he is.
I think it
Uh,
sounds. But I'm also curious. Again, like most of the stuff I want to see is has to do with the multiplayer, and like when you're playing the game, it has the style where you just see your hands, like floating hands, right? So how is that going to translate to seeing your co-op?
well, didn't that
Your
happen in the first one too, where like the when you saw somebody else, they just looked like really janky in the first
Yeah,
Which was
exactly.
screenshot?
hilarious.
Like you're like, yeah, well,
So
comical.
the way they
I'm I'm
drag their
I'm,
feet and
I'm
shit.
worried that it's going to be janky looking again, like because they only show at the very end of the trailer like 2 seconds of like someone waving at you.
Yeah,
But I mean, I want to see like it in like actual
sprinting and
gameplay.
shooting behind them at the same time and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You're just stretching to
and
Right.
distortions.
because it even has like the parts in the game where you're like climbing, like you're reaching and doing that. So like, how is that going to look for like a co-op person like that? Like how you're doing that,
If it
climbing over
if it
things like.
only has like a two-player co-op mode, is that enough? Like, let's say it was the full campaign, but it was just two-player and there was no like four-player horde mode or any other kind of a multiplayer mode. Is you think that's good enough, or would you need more?
How long is a
Oh, I don't
I
know.
would
campaign?
like
I don't know.
more. I would like to have at least like a horde mode,
How long was the
like the
first one?
first one.
Like 5, 6 hours, something like that.
I think
Yeah,
something like that.
maybe roughly. I mean,
So,
it had some extra DLC here and there that added like an extra hour or so each one.
And
so
how much is
Not
this?
bad.
How much they're asking for
this is
this?
full price, nearly. I think.
50?
Well, yeah, I think 50 something, but I'm not sure if that's like a special edition or if that's the normal price.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
deluxe edition might be the $60 one. I'm not sure. I need to
Mm,
double check too.
it's on the higher end.
Um, it depends how good it is, but I think now that the games are full price, uh, I think it will be, but it'll be like kind of like in the edge. But I do think we'll get horde mode. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Like
I
four
don't know.
player.
Did people like the one in the first one? Like maybe not enough people cared about it. The horde mode, anyway. I don't think I even
But how
played the
much
trailer.
work is it in order to have the ability to do it? I think now with VR being a lot more mainstream than before, you might get more people, having the option to play horde mode instead of just the regular campaign as well. Because there's more replayability that way than just going through the campaign and then that's it.
I'd kind of be interested in. I know Muzz is against it, but like a separate campaign with like a different story that focuses on two different people, and they have their own like little campaign you do together on co-op. As long as
As
it's
long as it's
as
as
high
long
quality
long.
as the main one.
Yeah, and not super short. Like usually when
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a
of
separate
course.
thing for co-op, it's like not even half the length of the actual game. It's just like here, do a few missions here, and then it's done. But
Right.
like something like horde mode, if it's done well, can like have better replay value as well. Like if you can just kind of like randomly set like difficulty as well. Like if there's like a
Modifiers and shit too.
Right.
modifiers and
Bosses after a certain amount of waves and stuff.
yeah, if you can
Right.
do all that kind of changing and stuff around, and that would make it more reasons to go back and try it.
Right. Maybe different types of zombies too. Like there's basic ones that die really quick, and then there's ones that maybe spit shit at you, and then there's
Calm
ones like
zombies.
bulky ones that after a couple ones, and then like you said, after like maybe 5 waves, there's like a boss that
Yeah,
comes at
big
you or
fat
some
dude.
shit like that. And
Fucking
they can just mix it up, different maps and shit. I think that could end. But now if it's free though, if they start charging for this, which I don't think they would, or
yeah,
stuff
that
like
has to be
that. Of
included. That shit has to be included.
course,
If you're
yeah.
charging $50 dues, you gotta have that out of the box.
The ultimate surprise would be that the whole game is four player co-op. That would be
No
amazing.
way.
Not gonna
No
happen.
way.
Not gonna happen. Wishful
Bremen
thinking.
says I get called Benjamin and Bleeman too sometimes. Damn, Bleeman. I can see Bleeman, but I don't see where people are getting Benjamin from. Mick says when they did After the Fall preview, they did show all versions on all platforms, which was a good idea. Damn, good intel, Mick. I didn't even realize they did a preview for After the Fall. And speaking of After the Fall, the PSVR2 port of that has gotten like a lot of praise. People enjoy it. So if you're worried, like they do have a track record of good PSVR2 ports. Decepticon says he's talking about the graphics, so he says it's can't be any more shitty than part one. He's talking about the graphics in part one being shitty.
But the graphics weren't too bad. Like back when it first came out, that was like decent graphics for VR. Like
The draw
back then,
distance
wasn't
was
it?
really bad. Like
Yeah,
you
I
could
guess.
throw
Yeah.
an object in front of you, and if it went past 5 feet,
It
it would
would
just disappear. It was gone. And then you'd walk up again, and it would appear.
Just go into the void, just
Yeah.
disappear.
But then they got the PS4 Pro patch or PS4 Pro patch, and that improved
Yeah.
a lot. LSB says I played quite a bit of the first game, was not that bad. I enjoyed it. I never played it online in the first game though.
I've only
What was
played it. I only played it online with LSB
interesting.
co-op.
Deluxe edition $44.99, but that's sterling pound, and that's after a 10% discount. And then the standard edition is £40, no discount. But £40 could be €50 and $50 for us.
Yep.
LSB says they will probably have another horde mode like the first had, and it will be 4-player. Well, I hope so. But at least we won't have long to wait. We'll just have to wait until Friday, watch this little showcase thing, and then we'll have all these details.
So you guys are getting it. Sorry, Mud.
I was just gonna say, I remember Left 4 Dead. That's the kind of game I want.
Yeah,
Left 4 Dead. Those kind of games would be awesome.
Left 4 Dead was the shit. Donnie says, my bad, I was doing lots of nothing. What are you talking about? Joke. I don't understand your sense of humor sometimes, Donnie. I just don't get it.
You guys getting this day one?
This
Depends.
probably.
It
I think
depends,
so.
You know, I'm probably gonna be in the same boat as you, is waiting for reviews, because like I'm not gonna get a copy for this, like a review copy. I'm too small. But like, you know,
Are you?
Yeah, I think I've already. Was it them?
Well, you.
Listen,
I
just
mean,
send them a
Came back to
message.
me and said, no, listen, we gotta have priority for other YouTubers or something like that, or there's limited amounts of review codes or something.
hey, you managed to pull the big get, and you got down and out.
I got propagation, so I'm happy with that. You know, that was the gem.
All the other YouTubers are like, damn, how did he score down and out?
If you look out there, actually, you'll see very little other reviews for that game, because nobody else
Yeah,
can really
no.
get their hands
No
on
one
it.
else. Yeah,
Just have
exactly.
a tight relationship with some of these developers, you know.
Just the wrong ones. Just the wrong ones.
Not everybody's receptive to the pictures you send them, you know.
No, not everyone, but some. There are some, so it is worth my while pursuing. All right, are we ready to move on from Arizona Sunshine to? Will it be the best game to end? You know what else is coming out in December? Bulletstorm. Between those two games, which one would you be more hyped about?
Resident
Yes.
Evil.
No.
Okay, let's pretend
Resident
Resident Evil
Evil.
4 is not coming out this year, because that's how I want to think of it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be.
What's the
I
other
think
one?
I'm much more excited for Arizona Sunshine
Than
than
Bulletstorm. Okay.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm.
That's
What?
your
Like
pick,
the
Bulletstorm?
Xbox game? The Xbox game or
Xbox
whatever?
360.
No,
yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
This one. Why is that even a real
I'm just
question?
asking, because it is. Listen, at least with Bulletstorm, you know it's a full length campaign. You know that, because that was a AAA game in its time.
Yeah, but this is so okay. Do you guys think then this is going to be better gameplay wise, the way interaction better than Saints and Sinners? Do you think it's going to be the same or worse?
Oh,
I think it's gonna have more interaction with the zombies, and it's probably gonna have like a better graphics for sure. Saints and Sinners doesn't. It's not bad graphics, Saints and Sinners, but I mean this just looks
Right.
more.
Saints and Sinners is going
current.
for the like that cel shaded kind of look.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas
But
this
do you
kinda
think
looks
it's
more
going to
realistic.
be it's like, remember we talk about most, like you say, sword games, right? They don't really work because it doesn't really feel like you're hitting stuff. I feel like I remember obviously this game didn't feel like this the first one, but when you play Saints and Sinners, right, it does feel pretty satisfying and sort of, I mean, I guess realistic if you know how to put like spoon in somebody's eyes, but it feels realistic. You think this is gonna be similar like that, or you think it's gonna be more like it's gonna feel nice, but besides the interactions with the zombies, you know what I mean, right?
I think so. I mean, I haven't seen too much interaction so far, other than like when they're just messing around with them and like moving their mouth and stuff like that. Looks like it all works fine.
Right.
I don't know how much like actual like swinging like swords and stuff or bats. I'm sure there is gonna. It'll be fine. Like I
Yeah.
just don't like it when like that stuff is like the main focal point of the game. The whole
Right.
like that's all you do is just sword fight.
Right.
I don't know. I think like Saints and Sinners does the physics stuff really well. Like just walking up to someone and
Yeah.
pushing your gun into their head like an NPC, and then their head leans back
Yeah.
with the force of you pushing it. Like, and you're not fighting them or anything. It's just like a
Yeah, they just react to you being like you're
Yeah.
there, like a
So-
physical presence there. Yeah.
Arizona Sunshine 2 would have to do very well to beat that kind of stuff. But there is some stuff in the trailer that I won't say out loud in case the jackpot hasn't seen it and doesn't want to see it. That there is like other ways of interacting with these zombies that Saints and Sinners isn't doing. That's just kind of
Yeah.
Put a grenade on their mouth.
Yeah, okay, fine. You've
Yeah,
it
you've
then.
seen
Is
that.
that what you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it
You've
was
seen
just
the
like,
trailer.
also
You
you
liar.
can-
You've seen it. You've
It
seen
it
it
wasn't
all.
like,
Arms.
well, I saw it right now. It wasn't like opening their mouth and it was just like, and then.
Oh no, yeah, it was like a.
That's what I
not
mean. I
that in
wonder
depth,
how
though. It's
the
not that in
physics.
depth, yeah.
Well,
I think
we'll
it's
see.
I think it's like more like you have the grenade in your hand, and as soon as you get close to the zombie, it
Yeah,
just
it
automatically
just
like
sucks into
does
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it
He
just
sucks
puts
it.
it in its mouth.
You
Yeah.
know? He thinks it's your hand, and he's trying to bite us, trying to get a mouthful of that jackpot goodness. You know, that tender
Still-
Mexicano.
Still looks like a fun idea.
I'm very excited about this game.
Like I hope that it has more to it. Like I hope you can put the grenade in its mouth, and then you can like. I hope you can like push zombies with your hands and stuff. Like you can push them like you do in like Saints and Sinners. You can grab them by the head and push them backward. So if you can do that, it would be cool if you can like put the grenade in and then push them back towards other zombies. Like it stumbles backwards and then blows up
Boom.
to like more. But yeah, that would be
Suicide bomber.
yeah, a little more interaction like that would be cool.
Yeah, you just made me want like a Just Cause in VR now, Mouse. Because that's the kind of
Yeah.
weird shit I'd be doing in Just Cause, like strapping them little booster rockets on their legs and their hands and shit, and then launching them and stuff.
The cow, put the
the
rocket
cow,
on the
yeah,
cows
yeah.
and just make them fly up and explode.
Yeah, good times.
See, that's why I'm like, as much as I'm not really super pumped. Bulletstorm, I do hope it does well because I want more of these older classic games to be done in VR. Just this particular one, they just chose one that I'm not super
Yeah.
excited for. But I mean, there's so many other ones, like even Just
Pick
Cause.
Bioshock. Instead of
Like there's
that.
so many other ones. They could have picked so many other ones that I would have been like excited for, but I've never been like a big fan of.
Right.
Like I know it's like from the same guys that do Gears of War, but like obviously they can't do Gears of War. That's
No.
Well, I don't think it looks bad
Not
or anything.
Microsoft,
I just
but-
feel like this one for me, I'm more appealed to this one. I have to pick one, but if I have money, I'll buy both of them. The other one looks like it could be fun.
Man.
Is it multiplayer or no co-op or no?
no, it's just single
Just
player.
single player.
Oh, then me. If I like
Man,
single player,
can you
games, I
imagine
will.
Gears of War if they could do Gears of War in VR?
With the chainsaw.
Multiplayer?
Chainsaw
Yeah.
guns, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
See,
be
there's
cool.
so many. Like there's just like dozens and dozens of like awesome games that could be done in VR. So if this one does well, that might like prompt more to come down the road. So
I don't know if it will though. You know, Bulletstorm is like, even when
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean-
time, it never really blew up. You know.
exactly,
It was
that's
like
why
an
it's so.
okay
I'm
kind of game.
confused. I'm confused why that one was chosen. Like, why did they go after that one? Like,
Maybe that's the one they could get the
The
rights
cheapest
to.
one?
Like, I don't know how.
The cheapest
Maybe.
They were pitching.
Maybe.
Please give us the rights to Gears of War. I was like, no, we'll give you Bulletstorm.
We can't.
For that money, you get bullets. Though. Okay, fine.
And then this one's gonna come out and it's gonna fail, and then they're gonna see no one likes VR and
Never again.
these old games.
Never
Yeah,
again.
no one wants to do another one.
God, I really want. Just it came over me today. Like I really want Fallout 4. Because there is Fallout 4
Do you?
VR on PC. I just want it on PSVR2. That'd be sick.
Everything is on PC.
But this isn't a fucking bootleg mod we're talking about. This is an official version from Bethesda back before Microsoft took them over and killed all our VR dreams. Donnie says, my humor was nothing was more important than the podcast, but it went over your smooth brain completely. I may add it did. I'm sorry, Donnie, and thank you for the beautiful compliment. I appreciate it. I loved the OG Bulletstorm, says Move Master Mick. Donnie says, I think they're both kind of the same, but with different mechanics that set them apart from one another. And he's talking about Arizona Sunshine and Saints and Sinners. And Decepticon says, come to PC viewer, Muzz. Is he luring you there, Muzz? Is he tempting you to go to PC viewer?
Yeah, if you want to send me $600, then I will definitely jump to PC viewer.
Send them the money, Decepticon. All right, put your money
Is prostitution legal in Canada, Muzz?
Good question.
No.
No?
Well. Space Denizen is here. How you doing? He says, I want Fairpoint 4. Can we get 2 and 3 first, please? Space Denizen. And Donnie says, sword mechanics don't work well in VR yet, but when they figure it out properly, it should change the mindset as a whole on predominantly sword-driven action games, hopefully.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Remember the episode we did a couple of weeks ago where we did that prototype controller that Sony were showing off, where like it shifts the entire way, so it kind of shoots up and down.
Umbrella and shit.
Yeah, the umbrella and stuff. Yeah, that's maybe you could do a sword with that.
That might help.
But that's fantasy tech from 20 years in the future.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we've exhausted Arizona Sunshine too. And we can move
what was the date? Did they have a date? What was the date?
Days of the showcase, is it?
Yeah.
The 17th.
What was the date of the showcase? 17th of December.
Friday. This Friday.
Oh, November. Okay.
Yes, and it's releasing on the 7th, and the showcase is on the 17th. All right. Okay. We can now move on to some bad news. Well, good news and bad news. Good news because I didn't know this game existed, and I didn't know it was coming to PSVR 2. But it is, apparently.
How would you?
The Asylum. Listen, we must have covered this before, have we? Affected the Asylum?
I don't know. It's weird that you have to like dig to find out information about games coming out on VR. It's just not like common knowledge. You have to. Let me go investigate several websites and find out what's coming out.
When's it coming? Yeah, sure, the developers don't know themselves half the time. It's like, is this coming to PSVR? It's like,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, they can't say anything because Sony's a little bitch.
They can't say anything because they're bitches too. All right. Yes,
that's why you don't get code.
This is getting delayed. Is the bad news? Sorry. I think it's the sequel to Affected the Manor, which is that game that Decepticon streamed that time. Remember that Halloween stream he did a few years ago? By the way, he didn't do a Halloween stream this year. What happened?
He's a
Decepticon because he's on PC and there's no good games to stream on there. Sorry,
what are you talking about?
That's why he didn't stream this year.
No, he didn't stream because it was. Remember the grandma girlfriend?
No. No.
He's out trick or treating.
He's got no good games on PC to stream.
Sure.
But yeah, this is delayed into 2024. The reason they're saying is to avoid crunch, and all that kind of usual stuff, which is good. I'm not against that, and I'm not too disappointed about this one because I didn't know it existed. So I'm kind of happy that I know that this existed now. It's like, oh, cool, another game is coming in 2024.
Another game. Yeah, exactly.
Another game coming in February 2024.
Yeah, because I'm kind of worried about 2024 because we don't know anything about it. Maybe Resident Evil 4.
Not from Sony. Not from Sony.
Not from anyone really.
Yeah.
Phasmophobia maybe. I hope not, but maybe that slips to 2024. A few horror games have slipped. Madison slipped to 2024 as well, I think.
Do you think there's going to be any kind of presence at the Game Awards about VR? Like, there probably won't be any big reveals. Like, they're not going to do VR.
No, maybe. There was one there before, wasn't there? Oh God, I can't remember what the fuck.
Don't get your hopes up. We know we don't get nothing.
They do that pre-show shit. They do like a 30-minute pre-show, and that's when they show like a VR thing there. Like, it was like a Quest thing.
But I don't like. Would there ever be a game big enough to be like during the actual game of to be like now, like first time showing this trailer?
Half-Life Alyx 2 or the next
Yeah.
Half-Life or something like that. That would, because
It would have to be
Jeff
something.
Keighley
It would
loves
have to be
that
something
game.
that big. It would have to be something like that big,
Yeah.
or like God of War VR or
Yes,
something.
yes.
Like it'd have to be
Big-
something really
big
big.
AAA thing, you know.
Yeah.
That's the only way. So maybe that'll happen because we don't like keep them.
Or Spider-Man. Maybe Spider-Man VR.
Spider-Man
Maybe.
DLC.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even if it was just
You never
something
know.
like where you're playing as a different character, you're not actually Spider-Man, but you're just exploring the city or something, or you're doing something. You know,
Just some random person on the street walking around.
you can watch Spider-Man swing
if
past
you're,
you.
if
you
you're, if you're lucky, every hour, Spider-Man above you.
know. A Green Goblin zips by or some shit like that. Throws a pumpkin.
You have a
bomb at
You have a camera. The whole purpose of the game is just to try to take a picture
Yeah,
as he
there you
swings
go.
by.
You're working for J. Jonah Jameson. It's all coming
Yeah, you're
together,
work-
Muzz. It's all coming together.
You're working at the Daily Bugle, yep.
Fucking
And then when you go,
we game designers.
when you go to turn your photos in, you see Peter Parker walking around inside
Yeah.
the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
You know he's Spider-Man, but no one else does. He's walking around.
And if you
acting
turn
as-
your head like this, you can see the little fucking outfit underneath his shirt. You know.
There
if
you go.
It's
See?
all coming together. It's all coming
Oh,
together.
like there. There's $1 million.
Horrible.
Easy $1
Horrible.
million.
Is Insomniac listening to this? Are they watching? Are they watching right now?
Yeah,
They should be.
never.
$1 billion idea.
Oh, you know what they could do? We know Wolverine is coming. So they could show off a Wolverine trailer for the first time. It's like, oh, here's gameplay. And then at the very end, it just like the PSVR2 support fades in as well. You know, it's not just PS5. PSVR2 appears alongside it and blows
That's
everyone's
it.
tits
Yeah.
off.
That's why you go cry in
I
the
know.
I'm not
shower
gonna
every
cry.
time there's
I'm
a
not gonna cry in the
delay.
shower. It's not gonna happen. It's
because
not gonna
not
happen.
going
I
to.
know it's not gonna happen. All right.
But you do.
But
You
something
go-
has
you
to
get
happen.
back to it.
Something has to happen eventually.
It has to, but unfortunately, Sony doesn't really
Well, they
like
have to do something as well.
VR.
Even from them, they have to do something.
They do. We
It
need
doesn't have to be
something.
their own studios,
that-
but they have to fund
big.
something, you know? We need more, like, what's coming after Resident Evil 4? What's the big thing? Nothing.
Fuck.
There is no big thing after Resident Evil 4.
Maybe they think
Resident
Bulletstorm is
Evil.
like the big thing. Like that'll hold them over for like 5 months.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Here's Bulletstorm for you.
But
That'll keep them quiet for like several months, right? Like let them play Bulletstorm.
what's keeping me from panicking too much is that we don't really
No.
know what's coming to the PS5 either. You know, like after like the Wolverine
Yeah.
is coming, and then we don't know. But like, what's Naughty Dog working on? What's this like Sucker Punch working on? It's got so many studios, nobody knows what to do.
I think
know.
So
we're gonna have to come to the realization
just not as-
that
There's
it's
not as many
gonna
big games coming out,
It's gonna happen.
and like at all.
Right.
I think,
something
I think
we-
game.
Sorry.
I just think I think that there's just less games being released. There's just like less games coming out, like more and more, like every year. They try to focus on like a handful of titles to like draw people in, but there's just not as many like monthly releases nowadays. I think games are just getting harder to make stuff. Slows every.
I don't like their big first party stuff. Like seems to take an extra year to develop all the time.
Yeah.
So
Listen.
that's stretching out. But they've got
Like,
more
they make
studios
really
now
good
than they ever
quality.
did,
Yeah,
you know, so I don't
I mean, there's like a few studios that have been like supposedly working on VR stuff, hasn't there? And like I don't know, I have to go back and stuff that they announced, like studios that Sony owns that were like supposed to be doing like VR projects. I don't think we've heard anything about years going on.
your mic is starting to do that
Oh.
cutting shit again, Muzz.
Oh no.
Listen, we're not gonna get anything. We're just gonna be like this, just how it was. We're gonna get here and there sporadically really good games, but nothing crazy.
Hold on, man.
There's no.
Hold on now. And we're going to talk about it soon. But this first year, we've gotten a lot of good games, big ones.
I know.
Yeah.
But the
That's
conversation we're talking about is about this big game that is gonna bring everybody, and Sony's gonna push it,
No,
and
I'm not
it's not.
talking
I
about
don't
that.
think none of that shit is gonna happen.
Well,
I don't think
first,
none
are
of
you
it's
saying
gonna-
Resident Evil 4 isn't a game like that?
No, because it's not. It's not selling. It's not selling the headsets. It's not making it mainstream. It's not. Sony is not pushing it the way that it should. Like what I'm saying, for Sony to do that and people to become the VR to become a mainstream, it's not. There's not a game, even though we love it and we think it's fucking amazing, but just people. I think there's just there's pushback in VR. Like Muzz said the other day, also these big big streamers and people who are like all this shit. They're like, oh fuck VR because they play like fucking Job Simulator once or whatever, or oh I get dizzy, and which is a valid point, but they push a lot of people away. So I just don't think it's there. We gotta realize it in a while, unless we get something like you said, fucking Grand Theft Auto or fucking some Call of Duty shit or something massive like that. I just don't think it. But yeah, I agree. We got fucking great games. We got Gran
Well, I
Turismo,
think we will
Firewall
get
with this.
like when Resident Evil 7 came along, it's like, oh, this is coming to PSVR 2. That like came out of nowhere, and people are like, oh shit, this is
That
cool
was
as fuck.
amazing.
I think we're going to be hit with another random one that we won't see coming. That will be a big
But
game.
like what? Well, like what do you think it could
I
be?
don't know, but
Something that could be already out, something that's already a big deal, flat.
But but like
And
but
then
but that it
boom,
could
the patch is
work too,
coming.
because like you're saying, like the Wolverine game, right? Like
Yeah.
how would that work
I
in
think that
VR?
works way
Like
better
the
than a
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I can't see a Spider-Man
No,
working like a
the
Wolverine game.
Spider-Man. I don't know the
You're
Spider-Man
fucking dodging
swinging
and
game on
flipping and doing all
PS1.
kinds of crazy shit in Spider-Man. Whereas Wolverine, you just need the
yeah,
two fucking claw hands and you need to be fucking slicing and dicing, lads,
he'll be doing lots of moves too. He'll be doing lots of
Well,
like jumping.
he will, but
Yeah.
it'll be
I
easier
think-
to translate.
I think the Spider-Man and Wolverine games are very, very far-fetched to ever be
Yeah,
VR port. Honestly,
we just need everybody.
God of War makes a whole lot more sense, but I mean, even then, I can't see them putting the time into making like God of War.
GTA.
You
I'd say
must
give
have
us
cut out
GTA
half your
4,
sentence.
GTA 4,
Fuck
GTA
Damn it.
5.
GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, let's not
Grand
go
Theft Auto
too far
5.
back in the past. GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 will be fucking.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is already in the past.
It is, I know, but we
Right.
don't
10
have
years
GTA
old.
6. We still don't have GTA 6, so it's
Right,
still
but
the
those
newest
games-
GTA.
But those games would work in VR.
It would
The
work,
driving,
totally
the
would.
Yeah,
flying, the
100%,
motorcycle, the
100%.
shooting.
For me, a best case
I still-
scenario.
my hopes are still that GTA 5 will come to VR.
Yeah, like for me, the best
In a
case
billion
scenario
years, yeah.
is when they show off when they go into this Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal trailer. Like I hope soon after that, then they'll also be like coming to PlayStation VR, coming to VR in general. Finally, VR that would be cool.
That'd be
Like
sick.
I don't expect Grand Theft Auto 6 to be in VR, but Grand Theft Auto 5.
It would be insane.
Really?
We wouldn't need another
Yeah.
game, really. That'd be just the only thing we play from now, especially with online. It has to have online. But even without online,
Yeah,
we still
without-
be creaming over it, but still.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
Red
I'd
Dead
do-
2, you can kind of have like that simulation kind of shit where you're cooking your fucking meals and you're skinning animals and you're like, really living that kind of cowboy fantasy kind of shit. Like Westworld. It'd be like Westworld in real life, in virtual reality.
yeah.
Well,
Anyway, what
Either-
the fuck
either
were we
one.
talking about? How did we get on this?
You're missing all the
know.
comments. Everybody's saying they hate you.
What were
and
we talking
subscribing.
Is that what they're saying? That's why I don't read the comments, because everyone's just saying that they hate me so much, Jack. But
What were we talking about?
This game being delayed.
Oh.
Let me catch up on comments also. Y'all reckon PSVR 2 will get Assassin's Creed dropping tomorrow on PC and it's dropping on Quest as well, Roy Schwartz. But yes, I do believe PSVR 2 is getting us.
Yeah.
I've heard
tomorrow?
from
I'm-
some sources that it will come.
Timed exclusive. Obviously, they're not going to want to miss out on the money from the PlayStation players as well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's timed. But from what I heard, the focus was on the Quest version. So when they start working on the PSVR 2 version, it could they might not even have started yet. So it could be like a year,
2 years.
2 years, something like that. Space Dungeon says Assassin's Creed is Quest. It's Quest only. I thought it was it's not coming to PC.
I think Quest 2 and 3 only.
It's not. I'm
Maybe.
surprised it's not going to PC. Donnie says finding Sony's viewer advertisement is like finding Waldo or Carmen Santiago.
Damn, you're all the way up there.
Yes.
Well.
Assassin's Creed is PC, says Space Denizen.
ooh,
Why are you
contradicting.
contradicting yourself, Space Denizen? What are you doing? Minus is here smoking the weed up. How you doing, Mr. Minus?
Minus, what up?
Smoking.
Why does
that.
Minus doesn't play with us? He doesn't have a VR too? Minus.
He does.
I think he does.
He got one. He played with us once or twice. At least once. Bulletstorm does look dope, says Space Denizen. It looked like it's cool. I'm like Muzz says, I want to see those old games coming as well. It's just that particular game isn't really doing too much for me, Donnie says, in the scene of the trailer playing in the background, look at the elevator floor light above the door. The top left two are BG.
Hmm.
Donny, when we're
You
speaking,
guys
Donny, we expect you to be focused on us 100%. All right? And here you are looking at fucking elevator lights, BGs, and all kinds of nonsense. Roy,
Wait, it says it's BG.
Roy Schwartz says Returnal is rumored to be getting a VR mode. I think Gamertag said that. I was watching a video he
Yeah.
made recently. He's like, oh, he heard Returnal was getting a VR mode, which would be crazy because you need to like really rapid speed in that game.
Yes, like seeing all those like bullets and stuff coming at you in
Yeah,
VR, that would be pretty
crazy.
intense.
That'd
That
be
would be
crazy.
intense.
And loads of replayability as well in that one.
Yeah.
Decepticon says Sony Q&A are the enemy of the people. Sony Q&A are the reason that Phasmophobia is probably going to be super fucking optimized on PC because they're the reason they fixed that map as well, by the way. The camp map, whatever it's called,
Yeah,
Camp Hazel or some shit.
that map, even though it was fixed, it's not the. I don't really like it as much.
Apparently it's better than it was anyway. And you can thank Sony for that, Decepticon. Get on your knees, kiss the ring. All right. Dr. Davros, how you doing? He says GTA 6. GTA 6 would be, if they announced VR support for that day one, would VR go mainstream though? Yeah, I still don't think it would. But we'd be delighted. We wouldn't need any other game. But how many people would rush out?
If they announced GTA 6 in VR?
Yeah, but like it's still going to
Oh.
be flat. Like, so would people like just, oh, I'm not going to play this flat. I'm going to get it in VR. You know, or are they going to be like,
Oh,
it's
they would
cool.
sell. They would sell.
They'd sell.
They would
They'd sell
sell
more
a
than any
lot
other
more.
game, but enough to go mainstream.
I think so.
I think so.
GTA,
That would,
GTA franchise.
something as big as Grand Theft Auto 6, if it was day one, like you can play it in VR, that would take off. That would really would.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think like flying pilots fighter shit would make people sick all the time, and they'd be like, no, I'm not playing this.
That wouldn't even matter. Like
No?
even if you just say it's like the squeakers would all go and buy like VR headsets to play it, that would tip it over the edge of like successful. Like if all the kids like, oh, I want to play Grand Theft Auto 6 in VR.
Is
Dad, can I have a VR for Christmas?
I know
sweet.
I know GTA is like like the top level. Nothing really beats it. But is Half-Life Alyx not up there too? Like, why didn't that do it? You know, Half-Life.
Because
Not
that's
even
PC.
close.
Not
Not
even
even close. No.
So it's like
No,
it's like
for-
such a
for
big
the-
fucking name on PC anyway.
But
It
Half-Life is
it
not the
is.
name of Grand Theft Auto. No offense.
I know,
I know
that's why I'm
Half-Life
saying
is good, but
GTA is up
I've
there.
never heard about it before, except like because again, I was not a PlayStation person before. It's not as big, so I
game.
think like most
And
or
it's
whatever
been
PC
like,
either. I just
for us old like older gamers now, like we obviously all love Half-Life. Half-Life is like an old franchise now. There's not been a Half-Life game decades. Like kids like will play Half-Life Alyx because they'll hear it's good, but I don't know. A lot of younger people like
Right.
have nostalgia for Half-Life now.
So GTA 6
Right.
and
But-
VR goes mainstream with GTA 6.
Absolutely. Yes.
and Pumpkins, you were like, oh, I want this for Christmas. Like that already happened with the Quest. That was a year, like 2 years ago, whatever. That everybody was posting their kids. All they wanted was. That's why there's so many squeakers on the Quest. But the problem is that there's no game on the Quest even to go like that. If we had GTA 6 on the fucking Quest, some miracle it worked, dude. That show everybody will fucking have one in their house.
I thought they're loving that Gorilla Tag
even-
on Quest.
Let's just say this. Let's just say this.
Um,
Even if 10% of the audience that is going to be buying Grand Theft Auto 6 goes into like get VR to play it, that'll be a
That's
huge success for
mainstream.
VR.
Yeah.
That's mainstream, like a small percentage.
Yeah.
That game's going to like sell like fucking crazy. And
catch up on
even something like Cyberpunk. If they did Cyberpunk and made that playable in VR, I think that would really push it to the mainstream as well, right?
I've seen mods of that in PC looking.
And it's
looking
really good.
slick.
apparently, in
With the
PC.
ray tracing and all this shit still on. They
Yeah.
must have like a mod
See?
for PC for that.
Yeah.
Space
But with
Denizen-
the yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. Sorry.
Space Denizen says if Call of the Mountain was actually a badass game, wouldn't be having this conversation. Motherfucker, read better, lol. So hold on a sec. I misread what he said. He said
Oh,
Assassin's Creed is quest only for now, and then he said Ass and Sin Creed is PC. Was it a joke? Were you making a joke? Ass and Sin? I don't know. I thought you just like typoed assassin. Anyway, Dr. Davros says looking forward to Ghost of Tabor. That's going to be cool, but that's that's a 2024 game. Yeah, I suppose that's a big 2024 game for us to look forward to.
Summer.
Yep.
Summer? Is that what you said?
Probably.
All right, this fucker just makes updates and he's like, "Oh, Mystic Mike."
Not gonna, that won't be. That's not gonna be.
Got a single thing right yet.
I don't think
What
that
do
will
you
get
mean,
pushed back that
bitch?
far.
So far,
Name, what have
I'm
you
all of them.
predicted?
Phasmophobia being delayed.
No, you said February.
Right, and I told you it was gonna be delayed.
I
You're
haven't
like,
seen any February date yet.
it's not gonna get
Well,
delayed.
hold on a sec. That's okay. I'll bring it up when we get to Breachers.
Just
but remind
moving
me
up
to-
the goalpost.
Remind me to bring this back up when we talk about Breachers.
Of course, I'll remind you because I was right.
Shut your mouth. Minus says never have room for me. Damn, Minus, you got to get in here fast. Feels disloyal that you don't get in fast enough to get on the wheel. Space Denison says I said ass and sin. There we go. It must be, maybe it's a porn parody. Is that what it is?
Are you drunk? Did you have your cans?
LSB says Half-Life Alex is very good. So I've
Yes,
heard.
it is. I'm sure.
Donnie says GTA is a name that some many generations of people know. LSB says you can legit play Half-Life 2 and episodes 1 and 2 on PC. Yes, that was a recent thing though, isn't it? Like they brought out a mod, or it's like an official mod supported by Valve,
Yeah, I think so.
or some shit where you can play these old ass games. But you can play that old ass Bulletstorm in December as well. We need
But what is
shit.
what does it matter if it's you say like an official and a bootleg? Like some of the official ones are worse than the bootleg versions of other games. So I don't
That's
think
true
you're
as well,
thinking.
but that just means that it was badly developed.
I know. All I'm
The
saying
bootleg
is
shit
some
is
of
like
these.
there's jank. There's always going to be a little bit of jank. They'll just
But
take you
right.
Some of those user-made mods for the games like run pretty damn good. I know
Yeah,
that.
some of them run like shit, but some of them run really good. And
Like the one for Portal 2 looks like it's like legit made by the.
When apparently
Okay.
the Resident Evil ones too, the Decepticon say runs pretty good.
Yeah, but listen, on Resident Evil A's on PSVR2, I got a knife that when I throw it interacts with the objects in the
Oh
world to
my
break things.
God.
I can reload the weapons. I can put out individual bullets out of the revolver, pull a map out of my ass and read it. I got all that stuff. It's the way it was meant to be done.
Yeah,
Alright.
no shit. Everybody would
If I
like
have a
that.
choice, if I have a
Right.
choice, I'll play the developers made one. Like I'm more excited. I would be more excited to play the Resident Evil 4 coming out for PlayStation VR2 than playing like mod for the.
Yeah. Now, listen, I'm not
Resident
trying to
Evil
shit
4.
in the mods. Obviously, if there's no other option, then the mod is
Yeah.
fantastic, and that's
Yeah.
it's probably the reason to get PC VR.
But
Then you're talking about
why-
having to learn about modding and downloading the drivers and opening up the Microsoft Excel
No,
sheets. And
no,
Microsoft
no,
PowerPoint
no,
demonstrations
no,
and presentations.
You don't know what you're
And all
talking
this
about.
fucking bullshit, man.
You download
Every
a
single
folder,
time. No.
and you folder you copy and you drag it to
There
the
it is.
game folder, and
I don't
that's
know.
it.
Here we go.
I don't know shit about game developing, and I know it's not like going to be super easy to make their games playable in VR, but I do know that the No Man's Sky one all done by one guy.
Mhm.
One guy did all of the changing to the foveated rendering work in VR.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't make the whole game in VR. He made the foveated rendering. One guy did that to make it all look really nice and the eye tracking.
Took him 4 months.
Yeah. So that's like a really small, or Hello Games isn't like the biggest developing team. It's not like a EA or something. So like if they can have one guy in several months make it work, and you also see like all these modders making like games like Portal 2 and they Resident Evil mods and stuff, and they turn out well. Like it looks like it's running well enough. Like it just makes me confused. Why don't like games get released?
Yeah, it's fucking frustrating that Sony don't have a Prey Dog. This Prey Dog guy, when he's VR injector, it's like he's not even developing for each game now. He's making this thing where it just applies to every Unreal Engine game. You just flick a switch and it works or whatever.
Right. So just have like one dedicated team that Sony has. Just say like, you guys just pick and choose like from our franchise, like different games that would work in VR, and just like convert it to VR.
And then approach other people like Rockstar's like, we'll do this for you, Rockstar. You just let us do us, and We'll take
Yeah.
care of it from here, or we'll let you have this talent to
Exactly.
help you get it done, or whatever.
And
And
if
like
it's-
you don't have to like just have one like once every several months, like just like one game that they work on, and then once they have one out, then they can announce like the next game we're going to be looking at is this one. Look
Yeah.
forward to this, and then that even that small thing, like
But they're doing
a
that
team
for
for like
PC.
the older games.
They're doing that for PC with their Nixus studio.
Exactly.
They bought that. Why won't they do it for their own hardware?
'cause they're
Exactly.
bitches.
Jesus.
Like you can have like the big games like the like Horizon Call of the Mountain, like brand new games that are like the biggest and better looking VR games coming out once in a while as well. But just have the dedicated team that works on the old like converting older games to VR at the same time that runs in tandem. And then you have a nice steady stream of all these games. But as like there's time after time you see all these mods come. Oh, look how awesome the mod works for the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Well-
It's frustrating. It's anger inducing. And if it wasn't for like Prey Dog, I'd be like, oh, it must be really complicated to do this, and that's why they're not doing it. But then you see this fucking one dude. Now maybe he is like a
Or just hire. Or just
400
hire.
IQ.
Yeah.
Or buy that man. Maybe he's not for sale.
Yeah,
I don't
just-
know, but
Yeah.
try and
just-
buy him anyway.
Hire that guy.
Hire
have
that
him
guy and say
trained.
you're contracted with us now. Do your
Yeah.
do your shit and make games
Oh.
for our system.
Have
Here's
him,
a million
have him be
dollars.
the leader of the group and have him hire some fucking other people to train so he can train them that obviously they're experienced already in that shit. And this is how you do this. And like Mus says, you guys work on this game now, and they push it all that shit out. And like he says, it's not like you have to hire fucking 50 people. And clearly, this motherfucker puts mods constantly. So hire them full time, get them a couple people to help them out so they can push this. And it's not going to be that much expensive for the amount of money that you're going to get in return if you're smart about the games that you pick, which is so many games that they can pick, I think, like was saying. But I don't know. It's weird. It's fucking weird. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're idiots and we just don't know how it really is. But for me, it doesn't make sense, like you guys said.
But yeah,
Doesn't.
fair enough. He can't go around modding every single game for Sony, but he can do all of their library. You know, he'll have the permissions to do all that. Like so, like for example,
like-
The Last of Us Part 1 remake. That's the perfect game for him to just put.
Chill
into VR.
Zone, Resistance.
Yeah, but and like, fair,
Like-
those are older ones, but fair enough. Like do those as
Yeah.
well. But like if you want to like
Do those.
do a cutting edge one or more recent one, The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, what other reason does that game exist for? That remake, you know, or Part 1, I should say. Fucking hell. Anyway, I'm getting angry talking about this because
Next
it's so
game.
Anger
frustrating. It's so frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, we played the Honor and Duty D-Day beta yesterday.
Frustrating. What?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was annoyed just trying to find us on the PlayStation Store. It was an ordeal.
Well, that was not the game's fault. That
No,
was-
I won't blame the game. That's Sony's fucking. Well, once again, Sony being a bitch. It was easier to download it from your phone or from the web page or whatever than it was to.
That makes total
Sure.
sense. That makes total sense.
Of course.
Use your phone.
Oh, there's no betas on PlayStation. What happened?
Oh, there's been
Open
bases.
betas?
There's no early access, but there's bases.
Not for Firewall.
No, Firewall, we're not allowed to have a beta for whatever reason.
I'm just bitching at them for that.
But listen, has kind of implied that it was a Sony thing that they didn't let them do. If
Right, I'm
you
bitching at
read
Sony,
in
yeah,
between
yeah.
the lines, you know. But,
Yeah, no, I'm not bitching at Hez. I'm bitching at Sony.
No,
like
but that's
always.
what I'm saying. Yeah, there are bitches for that, 100%. Let me just catch up on comments before we go on more into this. People talking about mods. The bootleg Amnesia is well made, says Decepticon.
Yeah. Just so many just come in here.
Portal 2 mod is so awesome, says Space Denizen. Ori 2, Ori 3,
Co-op,
and Portal
too.
2 all class, says Decepticon. All you do is drop the file in the folder. That's it. But these are lies. These are lies. Most are open source, so people improve them fast. Smooth brains shouldn't have to do all the extra to enjoy VR gaming. Just saying, exactly, Donnie. Donnie knows what I'm talking about. No more Excel spreadsheets. No more PowerPoint presentations. Just let me click on the game, open, and it just works. That's it.
All right, well, but you don't have anything, so
No,
you
but
don't,
no,
and we do.
I don't want to play find the folder. I don't want to play find the folder and pop it in the folder before
All
I
right,
play the
all right.
game.
So
I'm
you're
just
so
trying to
you're a
play
lazy
the game.
bitch. You don't
Trying
want to do
to
a minute of work
Where's
because
the ini
you
file?
prefer
Where's
not
the
to.
ini file? Oh, the game updated, and all of a sudden the mod doesn't work anymore. Oh, now I have to wait for this guy to update that, and I have to download that, and then I have to drag that over here and put it over here. You know, it's like just I've got.
You just
I've got
don't
a lot
up,
going
you just
on.
don't
I'm busy.
update the
I'm too
game, you
busy.
idiot.
I'm a busy man. All right.
No, you're a bitch.
Decepticon says that Unreal mod is going to change the game. When is that coming out? I feel like I've been hearing about it for so long that I thought it was already out actually. So I'm surprised.
I don't know.
It's what the viewer injector mod or something.
Hmm.
Dr. Davros says, will AC2 release on PSVR2 as a Assessor Corsa, I think is what he means. As a competitor to GT7 or be only PC viewer like ACC. Is ACC Assessor Corsa? Why is there two C's?
Yeah, I don't know what
I don't
ACC
know.
is.
Maybe
Ask
it's a different
LSB.
game.
He knows about racing games, I think.
Come to PC viewer must. Why you gotta recruit people like a cult? That's what's making me fucking creeped out by PC viewer people as well. You know, creepy behavior like that. Anyway, Decepticon buy PSVR 2. LSB says, I'm looking forward to Asgard's Wrath 2. You're looking forward to that downgrade? Damn. How would you play that first one and then go to Asgard's Wrath 2? It would be depressing for me, to be honest. After going from the first one that came out like 5 years ago, looks amazing, and then having to play it on the Quest, the sequel. It was like, actually, you know what that would remind me of? Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, playing that shit on PSP, and the graphics were so shit compared to Metal Gear Solid 4. I was like,
PSP was
depressing.
a shit though.
It was good. It was
I
good.
I think IGN had something on Asgard's Wrath 2 not that long ago.
Oh, really?
They were showing like a early preview of it or something.
I
They were
see.
saying it looked all right, but who
But
knows with
compared to the
them?
first one, I mean, it's been downgraded. You know, when a
I
game,
never.
when a sequel comes out, like 5 years later, you expect some improvements. You know. Space Denizen says, "Dude's a prodigy." I assume he's talking about Prey Dog. He's got
Yeah.
that 500 IQ level. Bulletstorm says LSB. I'm pretty sure he's a dev undercover, says Decepticon. Maybe that would explain why he's not been able to be hired by Sony. Non-compete clauses or whatnot. LSB says that D-Day game looks hella janky. Did Firewall
Oh yeah, that was the
Zero?
topic.
Yes, it was. We'll get to it now in a second. I'm nearly caught up on the comments. Movemaster Rick says, did Firewall Zero Hour have a beta? No, it didn't. It did not have
Unfortunately, yeah.
a beta. But it was playable at
Oh.
like events. I think they had like shows in Australia and stuff like this where people got hands on. And that's how I started covering this in the very beginning. But they didn't actually have a beta. Any day now it'll prob drop on Christmas, says Decepticon.
He
Just
doesn't
like that
always
toggle
talking
grip,
about.
just like that toggle grip. And Dr. Davos says, Assessa Corsa Competizione. Damn, I never knew that was the full title. But yeah, listen, I don't know anything about Assessor Corsa and the viewer mode, so I can't answer that question. I'm sorry, Dr. Davros, maybe somebody else knows more than me. Anyway, back to Honor and Doozy D-Day. Muzz, you're level 50 in this. How are you level 50 in this, by the way?
Because I was playing like all the beta that I think there was like 3 or 4 different betas that they did for like different weekends.
So it never wiped progression.
Nope, it kept my progression through all the betas, and it didn't take very long to level up. It wasn't like a Firewall Extreme,
Mm.
like leveling up.
I played for like an hour
So-
last night and I was like level. I was nearly like 7 or 8 or something like that. So that's not bad going. But yeah, what you think, Muzz? How's your feeling on these bases compared to like the earlier bases as well? How does this one compare to those earlier ones?
It was still pretty janky. I was seeing like weird things happening. So I mean, they still have work to do, but you can't really shit on them too much. Just a small little team that's making this game. So I mean,
Yeah, it is.
for what it is, like it's fun to jump in. I think like as long as it's priced really low, like I don't think these guys are going to charge more than like $10 or $15 for this game. I think well, if you own the first game, like if you owned it already on the first VR headset, is it just going to
free.
be free?
I think
it
in
is
this
free.
trailer it says it is, but unless that's changed
Okay.
since the trailer. But
Well, then,
I
yeah.
own a Honor and Juicy on the first one, but wasn't there a few of them on PSVR 1? Was it different versions or
No.
something? That was just one.
No, I think they just kept like they just were doing updates to it. I think, but there was always just one
Okay.
Honor and Duty.
Okay, well I guess I get this for free then.
Yeah, you should.
But
But I mean, there's like if you have like a full like the whole 32 versus 32 running, it's pretty cool. Like it's pretty chaotic, and I mean, visuals aside,
yeah.
it seemed to be running okay.
How likely is it that you'll be getting the 32 versus 32 after a month?
That's
this
just
time?
it. That's just it. Like I don't know how sustainable it is.
because I played it for an hour last night and I don't want to go back to it, to be honest. And I know
You're done.
there's,
You're
yeah,
done. Yeah.
I just can't. I didn't feel like a hook or
Yeah.
anything, you know. Because okay, like I was willing to put the graphics aside for the fact that it's massive, 64 players, and you got vehicles going on and stuff like that, but
But the vehicles are not good.
they don't feel
Vehicles
they
are
don't
not.
feel like vehicles. No, they just feel like
No.
you put on slide
You feel
mode
like
or something.
Yeah, you feel like you're driving a boat on a slip and slide.
Yeah,
That's what you
that's
feel like
exactly
you're doing.
right. That's exactly right. And then the aiming
You're
of the
just
weapons as well. I put the scope on the back of
that's
my sten, and that shit wasn't working at all, or was working half the time, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't.
Yeah, like I think something went wrong. Like I don't remember having a problem on the previous betas, but when I had the aimer and it gives you like the little reticle, right? Like
Yes, the circle at the back.
the circle reticle that you aim with.
Yeah.
And that used to always work, I think. Like I don't remember ever like thinking this isn't working, but during this beta, every time I would look down the gun down the sight would like drop down like to the bottom of the sight, and it would
Okay.
like it would lose it would move around.
Okay.
So I didn't even use I stopped using aim. So
Yes.
something went wrong with that, I think. They need to
Yeah.
tweak the aim.
I found that I was working when I first started using this, and then like halfway through, I was like, "Oh, I'm not getting kills with this anymore." I felt inconsistent for some reason, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it was
I don't
confusing. But I did enjoy some aspects. Like it was cool to just spawn into this big fucking room, and there was like 60 people. Well, I don't know how many people were actually there last night, but could have been 60
It had
people.
It had pretty big lobbies when we were playing. Like at the peak of it, I think we were getting close to 32 versus 32.
Okay, well there
It
you
was,
go. But
and
it was like choppy. It felt a bit choppy as well to me. Like it
yeah,
was,
it wasn't the smoothest, and
no.
like some people were complaining, like there was an ongoing issue with like when you were like just walking, you would just get stuck on nothing. Like you would just be
Yes.
like
Yes.
not even like going by rocks or anything. You would just suddenly stop, and then you
Stop.
have to
Yeah.
like, and then you have to push forward again, and
Mud.
then you start walking again. Yeah, it would just
Invisible little walls everywhere.
yep. That's
Uh,
all the stuff that they're trying to fix.
Yeah.
Master Mix says there's too many invisible walls that even stopped you firing. Made it feel
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Danny
Like
said,
I don't know how many more betas they're gonna have to do before they can release this because like
did they
it
have like a
doesn't.
target release date?
I don't think so.
Nothing at all.
I don't
Okay.
think. No, I think they're just still working on it and like working out the kinks and stuff. But it seems like it's still a ways away.
Yeah.
They're going by this beta. There's still work to be done, especially with the vehicles. Like this is the time too that the head, like you can actually, like even though it was very loud.
You're cutting out like fuck Muzz. You're cutting.
Oh.
Can't really
Spit
hear
on the
what you're
mic,
saying
Muzz.
there. Warm it up.
The cars. This is the first beta where the cars have audio. Like you could hear the cars running.
Oh.
Mm.
All the other betas that they had
Silent
running.
killers?
It was just a car, like, yeah, you couldn't hear it. So,
I see.
but the cars still didn't, they didn't sound that good, though. They were still
Yeah.
very quiet sounding.
Yeah. Donnie says on PSVR with the aim back in the day, it was actually really fun, but the updated progress still has a bit to go before it's back on its old level. I played the first one back on PSVR 1 with the aim, and I remember like the aim worked really well with it. For some reason,
Yeah.
that game didn't seem to have any tracking issues like the other games did, but maybe that was like a placebo. I don't know.
Let's see.
But I never went back to it. Like it was kind of like last night. I played it for like an hour or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, dick around, whatever. But I have no urge to go back to it at all.
Yeah, they need to think of something, like, I don't know if it's too late, but they need to, like, add something that's more of like a hook that draws you in, like, but I don't know what it could be.
There's going to be a battle royale mode or something, isn't there? So maybe that could be something that sets
Maybe,
me
I
on a
don't,
little bit.
have they talked about a battle royale mode? I see
Was
Geison's
there
in
not
the
one about
chat.
the PSVR one? Like the original, did
Ask-
that not have a battle royale mode? Geisen?
Yes. Yeah, ask Geisen knows a lot about this game. He's been playing the betas and he's so damn good at it. Anytime Geisen's in the room, like I would have like 30 kills, someone else would have like 33 kills, and then Geisen, he's a beast mode in
Cut
that game.
off with how many kills you said Geisen has. I assume it's a lot higher than 30.
Many.
Like 80.
Many.
Like 80.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah.
Movemaster Mix says more luck than control with the sights. Yeah, that's I fucking you. Don't you be talking that shit, Mick. You were the one who's like, oh yeah, the Sten is good, but make sure you get the sight first, and then it's a really good gun. And then I was like, Mick, why did you tell me to get the sight? He's like, I don't know. I don't know why I told you.
Like
Dyson
I
says,
feel like
don't use the scope.
yeah, like it's easier just to go by like the tracer fire. Just like you shoot a couple times and see where you're going, and then
Yeah.
you're like there, you're
But then
aimed up. Then
you
you
don't
just
have time for that
shooting.
half time because you're like you could die really fast in this game.
Yeah,
Especially
you
with like
do.
60 fucking people in a free for all mode as well. You're spawning each other's
Yeah.
assholes and
That's chaotic.
yeah.
But I think this game what it's lacking is like I think it needs a bigger scope. Like it has the 32 versus 32, but the maps still seem too small. Like if they were larger scale and then they actually had planes, like in all the vehicles on the battlefield, like if you can get into the car,
tanks.
there was like tanks as well. Even though the tanks, man, the tanks needed some work because like they had a cool idea for the tank, but they were so hard to see what the hell you were doing. Like they need to like rework how like the visual, like because you had like this little screen that you were looking at when you were driving it, but you couldn't tell like the hell you were doing.
Yeah. You need like
But it had
guiding you.
yeah, you had a cool concept. Like a guy would be sitting over here, like loading the bullets into the cannon, and then they have to like turn the thing to like load it and all that kind of stuff.
Pavlov does that too, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do, and I think Pavlov does it better. But obviously, like
Higher production value going on there.
yeah, better,
Yeah.
better, bigger game.
Yeah.
But
Donnie says, as a whole, I give these devs a pat on the back because to have 50 plus people in one room at a time is an awesome feat. It is cool to see that many people in
Yeah.
a video game.
Yeah.
it is. But
Geisen says the last game had Battle Royale, but it was janky.
yeah,
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll be janky no matter what. LSB says Battlefield needs to be in VR and Trev
Well, that's the
dream.
in my team.
that's my ultimate dream right there. Like one of the we'll get there maybe.
No,
Battle
we
bit.
won't. We'll never get there. Donnie says,
Yeah, if we can't even get Battle Bit, yeah, then
I don't think Battlebit is not like the graphics are not that good, so I'm assuming the PlayStation 5 can run it, right? In VR. with those
100%.
graphics.
100%.
They're just bitches, you know.
is it on PC VR or is it just a PC game?
No,
Just a
It's
PC
just
game. It's not in
it's not VR.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is no, but what I'm saying is it's not like, oh, we're not there yet because the technology's like, no, I think we could. I don't know, but I'm assuming that game can be run in VR and PC and on the PS5.
Yeah, like it's low visuals in Battle Bit, but it's like polished to hell. The game like
Yeah.
is like it runs like seamless. So like if you can get that kind of structure, VR, have all the vehicles and that'd be great.
All right.
Yep.
And then that's what I wish. I wish Honor and Duty was Battle Bit. I wish it was at that level. Because I know Battle Bit wasn't like made by like some big team either. Like it was like a smaller team. But the people that made Battle Bit worked on it for like 6
Ever.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been working on that game forever. So I mean they've been taking their time.
Fair enough.
It's the same people that made the little flying RC shit, right?
Yeah.
Same people. What?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that is. A VR game?
Of course
Or
you
just
don't.
like
Of course, a VR game. Same developers did a VR game that it's a flying game, like dogfighting, whatever, but it was, I think, RC control.
You mean the BattleBit developers?
No, idiot. The fucking Strange Studios or
Alright,
whatever
yeah,
the
that's
people
it.
that.
Why you bring that up? I don't know. We were talking about BattleBit, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the same developers.
And you understood, you know what I was saying, right?
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a clue.
Exactly,
Nobody knows what
exactly.
you're saying.
Shut up.
Love Machine says thumbs up. Thank you, Love Machine. Thumbs up to you too. Donnie says Pumpkin knew what he was doing last night when he run me over. That was fun. I did enjoy running over people. I think I got 2 people with the car, and you send them flying, so that was fun. So I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see myself. Even if they fixed every kind of T-pose or every invisible wall or anything like that, I still don't know if I'd go back to it.
Yeah. Like you were saying, like we're just kind of desperate for like these kind of games.
Yeah.
Features.
We just-
we are
we
little
we
crack
should-
whores.
we should be at the stage now where we shouldn't.
But like,
I don't want to be mean to these guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much. Like I know it's a
I don't
small team,
expect
and
these guys to deliver the big fucking the experience we want.
exactly.
I don't want this game not to exist. I want the indie stuff to exist alongside the big budget stuff as well.
Yeah,
But
but
I
like
don't want
even
to lower my standards just because the big budget stuff doesn't exist. You know?
Yeah.
but like I don't think it's like trying like wanting BattleBit to be in VR. Like why can't that be a thing? Like
Oh yeah, that's fair.
why can't
That's fair.
why can't Sony like I don't think anybody owns this guy yet. Like the small team that made
They
BattleBit.
don't own
like,
them yet.
like they
They
don't
stole.
yeah, like why can't Sony just acquire this? Like just hire those guys and be like, okay, you're like we'll give you like
Maybe-
some money, make your game in VR.
I won't be
And
surprised
then
if both Microsoft and Sony have approached him. He's like, nah, I know what I got. I'm working on it myself, and fuck you. I'm
Maybe.
independent. I don't know. Or
I call
maybe
the
this guy
prey
hates.
dog guy.
Maybe he
Maybe.
hates VR. For all we know.
maybe you
I
never
don't know
know.
anything about. Well, I say he, but it's a team. But maybe they hate VR. I don't know anything about them.
Just get
you
rich,
never know.
win the lottery, make your own gaming studio, and just recruit all these people, and then just make the games.
Geisen says
I'll get right on that.
Geisen thinks I need a better gun, but I equipped that Enfield gun, and you pull back the bolt, and you can't push it forward. Then again, it just locks in the back position, and then it's useless. So you can use it until it empties the magazine, and then you can't use it.
Oh, I've never did the manual reload when I played the Hunter Duty. I always just did the press square to do the auto
I kept
reload.
forgetting I forgot there was an auto reload. Probably if I wish I remembered there was one.
Yeah, it's too janky the other way. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I tried to do it. I was like, screw this. I'll just press the button. Whatever.
Okay, so let's move on to some games that possibly are worth returning to again and again. These 5 getting that came out harsh as well. But listen, that's just based on the base. I'm sure the final game will be a different story. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Game Awards and how PSVR2 absolutely dominated them. Jackpot, can you show me the Quest game there on that list, please? Which one of these runs in the Quest?
Doesn't matter. Fucking
Just
Horizon
try
Call
to
of the
understand the
Mountain,
question.
best VR AR game. That
Can you
means we
show
don't
me?
have a lot.
Can you just show me which?
We
is
don't
the
have a
Quest
lot of
game?
good games. That's why only fucking Gran Turismo, Resident Evil are worth it. We should have more quality games like that. Don't tell me
So
Horizon
you've
Call
played
of the
Snaps,
Mountain.
and you've played Horizon Call of the Mountain.
I haven't, but you're gonna
No.
tell me Horizon
No.
Call of the Mountain should be best VR game?
It could be. I think top 5.
Fucking
top 5.
okay,
yeah,
that,
100%
but
top
then
5.
your standards, then that means that shows that our the quality that we have is not that many. We have
Can you
a
explain to
couple
me-
really
explain
good
to me
ones.
why Call of the Mountain is low quality. What part of that game is low quality?
It's just a fucking climbing simulator. It's not.
What's wrong with climbing? Why is that bad?
It doesn't compare to what Gran Turismo offers. What
Well, that's
even
just a driving
Synapse
simulator. That's just a driving simulator.
But come on, give
Why
me a
is that
fucking
there?
break.
You give me
You
a
just
break.
playing devil's.
There's
You're just
nothing-
being a
I'm
little
not.
bitch.
I'm not. If you like climbing,
Listen.
and if there's a game called Stride, which is all climbing, why
Right.
is that getting praised?
Right.
Why is that good? But then this
What I,
isn't.
because I'm not saying it's not good. What I'm saying is for being best VR AR game, I think that there should be more quality games, better overall. Like you're gonna tell me Gran Turismo is the same as Call of the Mountain, similar as
No, I'm not
overall
saying this
the
is
best
going to
VR
win.
game.
I'm not saying it's going to
No,
win
no,
or
no.
that it deserves
Okay,
to win.
okay.
But a top
All right.
5, okay, I can
Well,
see top
okay,
5.
Let's just say
Of
this.
course, because
With
what we have.
Jackpot, what would you replace Call of the Mountain with? If you
There's
if you're
nothing.
gonna
That's
put-
my point. There's nothing. That's my point. That's my point is that for me, it's kind of lame because we should have, to our point, we should have better games. We should have more games like Gran Turismo, Resident Evil Village that replace Horizon Call of the Mountain. I'm
Are
not
you
saying there's
s-
something better
You're
right
telling
now. I'm
me
just saying they
like you
should.
wouldn't put Breachers there or Devour or something like that? You've put lots of hours into
No,
those
I
games.
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. That's what my whole point is that I want to have better games, and this for me shows us that we don't have the quality games that we're talking about the past half an hour that we will want. Games like Gran Turismo, like Resident Evil, like GTA, like all that type of shit. Half-Life. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, this shows that we only have a couple really, really, really system sellers. The other ones are just like, okay, yeah, sure, Horizon Call of the Mountain, sure, it's cool climbing, good graphics. Oh, look at this fucking huge metal dinosaurs. But like, I don't know. For me, we have more lower standards because this is kind of what we have. I'm not saying it's a bad game. Just saying for VR overall, it's just not for me the best.
So you're saying you wouldn't replace it with a different game?
that we have right now on the
for
PSVR 2,
2020, like a
probably.
2023 VR game on Quest or on any other platform?
Well, that 2023 that just came out.
No,
No, what
that
I'm
came out
saying,
this year. It's a
it's
game.
just,
Like
this is not
Breachers
a
came out this year.
no, no. I probably, I, I don't know. Riches is good, but I probably wouldn't. What I'm saying is, I'm not complaining that PC. I'm not doing the war thing you're trying to do with PC. I'm saying, as gamers, we're complaining about we want really good quality games
Hmm.
like GTA and big franchises. So
Okay.
for me, I'm a little disappointed that we don't have more of those, and we have like I'm not saying Horizon Call of the Mountain is a shit game. It shouldn't deserve to be there. I think this list is where it should be based on what we have. But I'm just complaining that I wish we had bigger games. Like all of the list should be like just amazing. Because for me, Horizon Call of the Mountain I haven't played, but I don't think that's like, oh man. For me, Gran Turismo is fucking amazing. Resident Evil I haven't played it, but based on Resident Evil 7, I think it's gonna be
It's amazing.
really, really, really
It's
good.
really good.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm not bitching. I'm not comparing with PC. I think yes, this list is correct for what we have, but I just wish we had, like we were just talking about half an hour ago, just more quality games. Like I said, bigger, more in depth, like
Okay, well,
Resident
you
Evil, Gran
confused me.
Turismo.
You confused me entirely because when I started this, I said, "Can you just show me which one runs on the Quest?" That's all I wanted to do.
Right, because you immediately go with the war,
What?
with the quest and the
What?
PC. I'm not talking about that. I'm
What?
just saying,
That's what I just want to know. Which
I
one?
just want, more. Like Mus says, they need to spend more money and
Yeah,
more
but that's a different
investment on.
argument. We all agree on that. We all agree on that. You know,
Yeah, that's why I said this list is shit overall
it's not
because I
shit.
wanted to have
It's
more
not like
stuff.
listen. These are five good games. Well, actually, I won't say
Humanity,
Humanity. I haven't played that one, but I've heard it's good, but I haven't played it yet.
maybe humanity could be more argument of it could be replaced with something currently out, but
Honestly, I
the
expected you
other
to say
ones.
Breachers should be up there. I expected you. Well, you probably haven't played Vertigo. That's a PC. Have you played
Maybe
Vertigo? No, you haven't.
Breachers instead of Humanity or that Vertigo whatever game people say is really good. I don't know. Humanity just seems like it could be fun, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't played it, but I don't see how it can compare to Synapse or Gran Turismo or even Call of the Mountain or like even you say some other games. But I don't know. I haven't played them, so maybe it's really fucking good. Who picks this anyway? Who makes the decision of who goes on the list?
There's like 100, so it's voted on by 120 different media outlets. So they all put forward
Wow.
the list of games, and then whoever gets the most goes on to it. But I put this out in Twitter. I had like a lot of people fighting with me because I was like, "Damn, look at all these PSVR2 exclusives," and people were saying, you know, Breacher should be there, and Vertigo 2 should definitely be there. So they were saying, Sony paid for this. They put the bribe money down. That's how they did it. But then I showed them the truth. The real reason Vertigo 2 isn't up there, if you look at Metacritic, there was only 2 reviews for Vertigo 2. One of them was Upload VR. The other one was like, I don't know. I can't remember the other one. But it didn't even have a score because you need a minimum of 4 reviews to get a score. So it didn't even have a score. And then
Right.
if you look at Call of the Mountain, it had 37 reviews,
Right.
which isn't a
Right.
huge
Right.
amount either, but it's still way more than. The
Well,
fact
how
is that
about
they don't know
Humanity?
about these games, is what I'm saying. Humanity,
Do you think
that had like
Humanity will
that
be
had a lot
better
of
than
reviews as
Breachers
well.
though?
I'm not
Right,
saying
but
it's
do you think they'll
better.
be
I'm not
better
saying
than
it's
Breachers?
better, but I'm just saying it's more well known because these people who voted for this, who put these nominations here, they don't know about Vertigo and they don't know about Breachers. They just don't know they exist.
Well, they should have let the people vote. They should do like, people vote on
Well, they let
fucking
them
polls
vote
and
for the
shit.
winners, but they don't let them vote for the nominations. This is the problem with being so niche. And
Sony
there's not
doesn't
enough.
care. Why would they pay? They don't care.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm arguing that Sony wouldn't pay for it. And if you could buy your way on these lists, then Microsoft would have paid for Starfield to get in Game of the Year, but Starfield got no nominations. So you're telling me Sony and Nintendo can afford these bribes, but Microsoft can't? Anyway, that's a different argument as well.
Anyways, misunderstanding. That's what I meant.
Let me catch up on the
So
comments. Sorry, Musco.
who do you think's gonna win it out of those?
It has
Gran
to
Turismo.
be either Gran Turismo or Resident Evil 8. Well, this is personal speaking. I'd be shocked if any of the other 3 win. But I can kind of, because I've seen backlash as well from developers, like a VR developer. I've said, he's like disappointed to see that they've included Resident Evil 8 and GT7 because they weren't ground up VR
I was about to
games,
say that. I was about to say that. Do you think they should be like disqualified because they weren't ground
I do
up?
not. I do not. I think they're just as valid as
Yeah.
any ground up game. I mean, really, what is the difference between them? You know, especially when Resident Evil 8 they put in the motion control stuff, like you're manually reloading your gun. The inventory system with the jacket, like that's not just like an afterthought slapped on shit. They put work into that. And Gran Turismo 7 was actually built with PSVR 2 in mind.
Like what else in Gran Turismo? Like you have the fucking wheel support.
Yeah, what else do you need? You know, you need to be fucking adjusting the wing mirror with your hand. Is that what you want when you're driving? I mean, it'd be cool, but
No,
what else do you need?
I think they should be there too, but I thought that would be a complaint, but you brought it up before I.
Yeah, but like I didn't like to see that complaint. I was a bit like, you know,
No, I know.
You're a little bit salty. You sound a bit salty, you know, when you bring that up. Not you, Must, but the person who did bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gran Turismo for me.
It's gonna win. Gran Turismo's gonna win it.
Not only the best VR game of this year, I think overall, I think is one of the, if not like top 3 best VR games ever.
I'm gonna say Resident Evil 8 is gonna take it. Because it just appeals to more people than a racing car game does. You know, like racing car games don't tend to win awards too often when they're up against different types of games like shooters and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
I would be mad if GT did win.
I've seen so many like people that aren't even racing fans of this game because it's in VR. Like it's drawing in so many more people like to play that never even considered even playing Gran Turismo until they've just heard how good it is in VR, and then they tried, went out and bought a VR headset because it's like, oh man.
But including me, like I didn't play didn't buy GT6. I bought Sport.
Me neither.
But I only bought Sport when they got the VR mode patched in.
Yeah,
and it was on
same
sale.
here.
I played Gran Turismo 5 Prologue was the last one I actually bought on PC or PS3. Sorry. Back when PS3 had no games and I was desperate to get something.
And I'm not even a car guy. Like most of the time, I'm racing a car, and someone will see it. Like, what are you driving? I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
it's a Ford. It's a Ford. It's a Ford something. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a car person either. But it's like, fuck. I mean, the detailed interiors of a Bugatti. Yeah. It's like, damn, look at this brown leather and the way your helmet was reflecting in the fucking logo on the steering wheel and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
and it's just crazy how it actually feels like you're like in different cars. Like you can have like the interior look different, but then when you're driving, it could like feel all samey. Driving other than speed, maybe like, oh, this car's faster, but like the handling and like it just like and the sound, like the sound design and everything,
the way like they brake and stuff like that.
Yeah, it all feels like so custom to like each car, so it's like
especially with the wheel.
So well done.
Go on, Jack. What?
No, so especially like Mus is saying, if you have the wheel, you can tell really the difference of the cars. Each of the cars just feels very different, and that's cool.
I still think GT7 is deserving of the win, but I still think Resident Evil 8 is going to do it. So I just think that's how it's going to be. I could be wrong.
It's between those two for sure.
Definitely.
Like the other ones don't have a chance. Fortunately,
even if Horizon Call of the Mountain won the Golden Joystick Award, which was the previous week.
Or the fuck that is.
Which is like another. It's probably like the second most popular award show thing. Well, not a show, but award system. But that VR category didn't include Gran Turismo 7 or Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they not count the other two big games because
ground up VR included. So there was plus games there too.
Even if those people that complain about this list being Sony, whatever, even if they would have put Breachers, even if they put any game in this list from the whatever they want to add, it's not gonna be Resident Evil or Gran Turismo, and probably not even Horizon. Even though I would agree that Horizon's not, even though I've not played it, but it's not gonna beat them. So I don't even know why they're even going there.
They have to have 5, So the numbers.
It's sort of soul crushing that Firewall isn't even close to being on the list.
I know.
Yeah, like if it could have just came out the way that we expected and like hoped it would be, and like be that Rainbow Six style, like amazing, like everybody's just playing it non-stop and voted for Game of the Year, and it's talking about how it's the online shooter that you can play in VR, and man, if you like these kind of games, like, you gotta but it just fell short. It's
so cutting out a bit there, but I think I still got the gist of it. But my hope,
we should have got Breachers in VR.
My hope is that in 2024, Firewall will be the game that would have made it to this list in 2023 if it had launched that way, But hopefully. Hopefully that's what
No.
happens.
I think it's too
No.
late. Like they can't unless they just like restructure the way the game plays completely, like rehaul it.
Yeah, I
And
know
like
you
I
don't.
don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think it's unsavable. You know, I think we're halfway
well,
there to
they have to choose, like they have to choose a side. They have to either like, okay, how many people don't want the ADS? How many people do want the ADS? If we have to like scrap it and just go to, like aiming down sights just like every other like first person shooter does in VR, then do it. Like either way you're gonna have people unhappy. Like you can't please everybody at this point, but they need to
Right.
like target the biggest audience. Who are you gonna draw into your game?
Hmm.
Like I think they need to do like a restructure, take out take out all the unnecessary ADS and like eye tracking that's free. Keep the stuff that works, like the closing your eyes and like that and a few other things. But like I don't know, they just need to like rethink how who they're trying to get to play their game in VR.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that
They're not targeting the right people.
and like you're saying, Muzz, like they got to do a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of those changes. But even if the game is perfect, and when I mean perfect, like, you know, what we're asking, the grenades, the eye track, and all that stuff, and balancing and all that stuff doesn't take forever. I still feel like it's gonna be great and fun and everything, but it still falls short. I mean, for me, I know you guys, or maybe Pumpkin doesn't agree with me, but the flat mechanics in the game, I know you guys are gonna say whatever, but after playing games like, and I know the graphics and all that, after playing games like Ghost of War, which I know the graphics are not great, but just the game mechanics, the VR mechanics, for me, that's what's not gonna set Firewall apart from making it like that. And this is the game, because that's why I love Breachers. Again, I love Firewall. I'm not, but that's why I love Breachers, because I
Well,
wanted,
that's what I mean. That's what I'm
yeah,
talking
I
about.
wanted that. I wanted that, but I don't think they're gonna do a whole thing. I think they're just gonna fix what we have. But I
Yeah.
wanted them to be like you said, but they're not gonna do it. Unfortunately, I wanted Breachers, but Firewall to go Breachers way, more VR mechanics. Not every wall
Well,
destructible. Breachers, not every wall is destructible. Just some of them. And it just like we were talking about. We talked about this for years. I want this game hopefully to be just Rainbow Six ish in VR to a point. What kind of Breachers is, but I just don't think it's gonna get there. Maybe the next one. I just, again, the flat mechanics for me, even though they fix what we want, it's still not gonna be the game that, you know,
they
it's gonna make that list and make
they
it like, oh, everyone's gonna buy it.
they didn't even have to go that far. Like they didn't have to have destructible environments. They didn't need to go like super extreme. They just
No, that was
needed
my dream, but yeah, no,
yeah,
we didn't
but
need.
they just needed like the simple like bare bones VR type of thing. Like you actually reach down and grab a doorknob to put the door open. Or you can like move the door open at your own pace. Like you can
Right,
open
like
it
a
a crack to
trailer.
see yeah, open it a
Like
crack
in
to
the
see if
trailer.
anyone's there, like kind of like do that, and like you can close the door, like close it really quickly, or just like open it as fast as you want, like the little
Right.
things like that,
Or
like
hacking.
that makes all the difference to people.
Did
Like
you
if
see
you
the
can
hacking in Breachers?
yeah, I
no.
know
What's the hacking and breachers?
Basically, you come in with a little, you have a thing, because again, you have on your chest different things, a grenade and all that, and you grab the little thing and you put it next to the computer on a range, and there's a little knob that you turn, and there's like a little radio wave, like that. I think there's a Spider-Man minigame, and you physically have to go put your hand on the knob and flip the knob until the waves match each
Match
other.
up.
You do it like
Yeah,
three
yeah. I
times.
remember that
You do
Spider-Man
that
thing.
3 times and you activate it. So little, like Muzz says, little things like that, opening the door, like those little
or
VR mechanics is what makes a lot of difference in games, in my opinion.
or when you go to like an ammo crate, like instead of like having everything just like hold the grip button down for like 3 seconds while a circle, that shouldn't be in the game. Like you go up to an ammo crate,
Mechanics. Yeah.
open the lid on an ammo crate, reach in, grab the ammo pack, and like put it to your chest, and then you have the ammo. Like something like that. Like some small little tiny details like that can make it more involving in the game. Like I just don't like it. Yeah, every time I play it, like I just don't like any of the interactions holding the grip button. Like standing over somebody and just looking at the grip button and just waiting for a line to fill up. Like that's not it.
All right.
Especially when it doesn't work all the time. You're sitting there sometimes and you're pressing the button like, over and over again, trying to like get the wheel to
Yeah.
start moving.
If
It's
they've
like,
moved while you
damn it.
started doing it, and then you guys start it
Yeah,
again and stuff.
yeah, just like so irritating.
Yeah. I disagree with you. Like, I listen, I respect the opinions. I understand where you're coming from, but I still think what the things you're describing, I feel are small enough that I can overlook them not being there, like the door stuff or
But it's
like
not.
holding up the ammo. I know they all add up
It's
to a big thing, but
it's yeah, it's small at first, but then when you're in
You
like
gotta
the game as
experience
much
them
as you
too.
are, and you're always doing it, like it's like small, tiny annoyances become like huge annoyances. Like if it's always something that you're like occurring every single time you play the game, it just keeps adding up. So it's
But I
like,
agree with pumpkins too. But I think
yeah,
that maybe slightly you will change, not change your mind completely, but maybe slightly, because I remember when you were talking about the aiming on the controller, because we had the aim, remember, and that's fucking awesome. And I still
yeah,
wish we
yeah.
kind of had something like that. But you were like, oh, I'm afraid of games that are two handed because it's not gonna feel the same.
yeah.
And now after playing Pavlov, you notice that it works. So when we're talking about is maybe you haven't experienced those little things as much in these games, or once you realize, that it does make a lot of difference, it might, I mean, you're not change your mind, but it might, it might be
Okay.
more
Can I
important
give
for
you
you,
an example? So
Yeah.
when we're playing Pavlov and we're playing Search and Destroy and you want to plant the bomb, you do that thing where you're typing in the keypad and that's cool and everything.
Right,
But when
right.
I'm playing Firewall and I want to hack the laptop, you just hold the button down. I'm never really thinking, damn, I wish I was typing in a sequence of numbers or something like that. Like, it's a little cool detail in Pavlov. I don't dislike it or whatever, but it's like I can overlook it, and I don't mind that this game does all these things, and then this game over here does it a different way. You know,
Right. But everything in Firewall is like that. That's why I think me and Muzz have a
but the
more of a,
core is aiming and shooting. You know, and of course the ADS shit is. I'd
I
like to
know,
see
but
that
we
gone.
just,
I want to see ADS
the,
gone completely.
my point is 2020. I
That
get it. It's
was
still fun. It's just 2023. I would expect the game to have some more VR mechanics, and I know that's just how it is, and that's what I'm saying. I accepted it, and it's fine. It's still a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite games to play, and I recommend it if you know. But like I said, for me, it's just still. I would prefer at least something more than just nothing.
anyway. Sorry, I got us on another firewall
No, it's
tangent.
okay. That's to happen
It
once a
always it
week.
always happens. I know.
But
I just
anyway, my point is they
didn't
fix
want
it
I
up a
didn't
few
want
more
it.
patches, and then it could be VR Game of the Year 2024. It's not going to happen, obviously, because it came out in 2023. But in my opinion, not in your opinion, I understand it's too far gone or at a like fundamental level for you. You can't do that. But for me, what's there? Like, I mean, I've already got nearly 80 hours into it, which is nearly the same
Yeah.
amount I have in Pavlov.
Well, obviously,
You
there is
know,
fun to be had
so
there,
it's
but
like
I
I'm
mean,
enjoying this immensely.
but the
It's
problem is
fun.
like it's not that it's not fun to play. It's just like you can't release a game and just like split your player base like instantly with like mechanics that don't make any sense. Like I'm sure there's people that like the ADS and great. Like I'm glad you do, but I mean like I don't understand like why you want to do auto aim in VR. Just
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I agree. I'm against the ADS thing.
yeah.
You know, I never
Yeah.
liked this.
I think they're
But I think
testing
they've
stuff out, experimenting, and I think to a point that's good. Like the fucking
yeah.
Switch or the Nintendo, they fucking experiment the shit out of with their consoles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's just the fucking,
But with the patch where like you're way more accurate aiming manually now, that's kind of
Oh fuck! I
I'm
made
not
a
too
huge
bothered about the
improvement.
ADS now because I can aim
Right.
straight. I know it's still better. It still feels like cheap sometimes when you're killed by some bitch.
Yeah.
One hand in a fucking AK or whatever than that ADS shit.
Hey,
But
but that was a huge improvement, though.
yeah,
For me, that made the game totally
But that's
fucking
an
different.
even something that simple like how did they like not realize like one handing an AK-47 and like being able to shoot somebody like far away handing an AK-47 good idea, like how did that
yeah.
it's like there wasn't enough like Q&A like to like work out these kind of things and like wait a second, don't have that in the game kind of thing. Like
Maybe there wasn't. For all
yeah,
you know.
exactly,
Maybe
yeah,
there wasn't.
maybe they had to rush it out without having
Maybe
any.
they didn't thought it was gonna be that big of an issue, because like you said, they didn't. A lot of
Who
people didn't
knows?
play, but
Who knows the reason?
But
Just
something like that that's for me is fixable with a patch. I mean, okay, maybe something like the doors is too fundamental. Maybe that's too difficult to do in online. I don't see any other games online where you're like doing that slow door shit. Because on one screen it would be peaked open, and on another person's screen it would be lagged shut or some shit like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
But stuff like that can be
And like
fixed,
you
is what
said,
I'm
not a
saying.
lot of games do it.
Sorry.
Not a lot of, like you said, not a lot of games
Yeah,
do that
with
shit with the
Pavlov, you
doors.
But
notice
that,
there's no doors in Pavlov.
yeah, but that's the point. Like, if they could have like focused on making that kind of like shit work in the game, they would be the only ones that had that kind of
Oh
stuff in
yeah,
VR.
100%.
Like small things like that. Like if you're like you hear like or and also have like uh proximity chat in the game. So like
Yeah,
if you
that'll be
like
cool.
within like 10 feet you could hear somebody.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then that
yeah.
way if you're up against the enemy, and then you can like creak open the door and like you can kind of like know where they are hearing them, and then there's anyone right ahead of you and you shoot
Yeah,
like
proximity
all that.
channel. Surprised not a
Well,
lot of games do it because that's pretty cool for me. All this
I
shit
agree with
talking.
that
That's
too.
probably why
I
they
agree
don't.
with that too.
That's probably why they don't let it.
But proximity
Shit.
chats is another thing. At least I know. Obviously, I'm not a developer, so I don't know. But that seems like that could be patched in.
yeah,
Possibly,
but that could be like a Sony thing as well. Like you don't want people like swearing at each other online and stuff like that. So it's
Well, they got Call of Duty, and that's like the most
oh
toxic
yeah,
shit that
I don't know
exists.
if that's a
that
Sony
that
thing.
that
But you
that,
got
that all
Pavlov.
happens. That all happens in the lobby mainly,
They let you do
which
that in Pavlov.
which you yeah, that's true.
Let me try and catch up with some comments.
Yeah.
Danny says the stress on the servers in a game like Battlefield causes alone. Look how it just became playable. Now do it in VR, even more taxing. Call of the Mountain is visually superior to most VR games, says Donnie. Love Machine says, Moz and Jackpot, put your YouTube link up so I can subscribe to your channels. And that's something I should have done. I'm sorry. That should be in my description.
You
Uh,
don't. You
there's not
don't.
much on there's not much on my channel. I just post a few Fireball
Mine
videos every
neither.
once in a while.
Jackpot, you stream fairly regularly, though.
Not really. Just test
If I
shit here and there. Oh yeah, well sometimes I stream the fucking Phasmo and Devour and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, yeah. If
There
you
you go.
wanna
I'd
fuck
like
around.
if I had the time or energy, I would like to start streaming games, but I don't think anyone would give a shit if I did anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Don't be so hard
Do
on
it.
yourself, Moz. That's what I thought when I started. And I was nearly right. Danny says, and the mechanics you do use are spot on. I assume he means Call of the Mountain. That's how far back we are. Ghost of Tabor bitched about only PSVR2 games listed. Damn, I didn't know he was doing it too, says Movemaster Make. LSB says meta score generally favorable based on 75 critic reviews, 79 user score mixed. I think he's
Damn
doing the
the
meta
fact.
score for Call of the Mountain, but 75, that's higher than 0.
Hmm.
And then of course the chat jumped all the way down. Love Machine says I've got car game not out for VR, but I need help making it. You're a developer? Man, can't believe Waterfloor didn't make it to the award, says VR in the Mech. Doing a little bit of trolling there, I see. Donnie says, I, in a sense, agree with Jackpot, but what can you do with the games nominated when this is all we have currently? We wish to have, how you say, more/better. Humanity is more on the visual nose and the puzzle aspect. Humanity is like a Lemons type of game, isn't it? Like you're trying to guide like loads of little people through
With a
puzzles or
dog, I
something.
think.
Oh, it's a
You know what
dog,
I just
yeah.
realized?
What?
You know what I just realized? How is No Man's Sky not on this?
Probably because it released in, like,
10
probably
years ago.
the game
15
itself
years.
has to
Oh.
release. Oh no, actually, because Resident Evil
Oh,
8 shouldn't be there. Gran Turismo. Yeah, you're right. You're
yeah,
right. You're right.
Gran Turismo 7 or
Well, maybe because
When
there
did the
already
VR
was a VR mode of or No Man's Sky, like in PSVR 1.
I suppose.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is. But yeah, that definitely. They should bend the rules for that. You know, even though it did take that update, like they have to wait 4 months for the update to fix it.
And it's not the same VR game that launched on the first PlayStation VR. Like, so if they're judging by PlayStation VR2 games, it is a PlayStation VR2 game, whether it was previously released on.
That should, yeah.
I think it deserves there. I think
does.
it should be.
It does deserve to be. Danny says Sony won't pay for advertisement on VR, but they're gonna pay for vote rigging? Question mark. Movemaster makes thinks Resident Evil 8 should win. Or maybe he thinks it will win. I don't know if it's should or he wants it to. I don't know. Donnie says, I still don't have GT game. I mean, Gran Turismo. You don't have Gran
Why?
Turismo? Have we not played
How
it?
dare you?
Maybe we haven't.
How dare you?
Donnie says, Muzz is correct. It was designed for each car to feel like they do in real life. Damn, we're really behind. Love Machine says, can anyone recommend a game developer that can help me make a game? Make a racing car game? I don't know. I mean, how much money do you have? Donnie says, no.
The developer from Good Dog Bad Dog.
Yeah, and down and out. Rogue says, what's all this? Hey, I just tuned in. Laughing face.
Same old shit, Rogue. Same old shit.
Ace Diaz says, what's going on? White pumpkin, orange pumpkin, and Mexican pumpkin. Damn, I wonder which one is Mexican pumpkin. How you doing, Ace? Rogue says, I think when Firewall went from DS4 and AIM, they didn't adapt properly to having two controllers. Move Master Mix says, First Contact could not let the aim controller mechanic go. SDS says, no one knows. Ready for some Firewall Ultra. Nice. Sorry, I shouldn't have read that. Deadeye Dan, how you doing, Dan? He says, I'm already playing Firewall.
Of course you are.
All this Firewall Ultra talk, I'm going to go play. Says Donnie. Damn. Donnie's back into it again. I thought you were going to delete that game. Les or for ADS kills. Oh yeah, that would be a nice little punishment. No or for ADS kills. Minus or. Rogue
Punishment.
says they have to get the directional audio right before adding proximity. Lol. LSB says, you know how breachers solve the door problem? No fucking doors. Well, that's what I'm saying.
All right,
You know,
and breachers.
you get
Well,
punished.
there is doors. There's destructible
Hey,
doors. Ish.
If I can totally tell if a noise is coming from my to my left. I just can't tell if it's to my left above me or to my left underneath me. I know it's coming from over there somewhere, but yeah,
I have that issue with Pavlov the most.
Up and down.
Out of any game, it's Pavlov. I
Yeah.
can never know if they're above or below. I just hear footsteps.
yeah.
All right, so we caught up in the comments. So, is there
Yay.
anything else left to say about this topic?
What was the
No.
topic again?
The
Gran Turismo.
Game Awards.
Resident Evil.
Game Awards.
I
Game
think Resident
Awards.
Evil's going to win. My best is on Resident Evil. I think you two are going for Gran Turismo, are you?
Well,
I'm just thinking Gran Turismo just because there's so much good vibes about the game out there. Like there's so many just positive. There's so much positivity about it going on around like everyone.
Right, but
even
Resident Evil is very popular, though.
even IGN, the VR like not enthusiasts, like talked up Gran Turismo like it was awesome.
Yeah.
So
VR on MX says, bye folks, gonna sleep early for 2024 viewer game of the year AC Nexus out tomorrow. I wonder, will that be considered game of the year for 2024? Because it missed the cutoff, obviously.
no, yeah.
So it can only apply to next year.
It probably would.
I'm hearing good things about it. Like everyone's had hands on, is like impressed by it, and it's a full game and everything. So it probably will be in the top 5.
Yep.
Let's hope so we can start getting more games like that because fuck, we need real full games.
As much as a hater of quests, as I am a hater of the quest, you know, but I do hope that it is a good game and that it does well.
The thing I'm most impressed about hearing about Assassin's Creed, like I was a little like not concerned, but like wondering how like the gameplay like movement, like because Assassin's Creed such like a jumping and like parkour type of game, and I like how they've done that, kind of like very streamlined it. Like so, if you're running in a direction, they just automatically like jump across things. Like so, you're not like constantly like pressing a button to jump.
Yeah.
Like he just kind of runs and does like the parkour himself. And you just have to kind of guide him. But I really like how they're saying that it's like actual, like legit Assassin's Creed game. Like not like this like not like a small like okay this is like a little side thing for like a full on campaign, full story, like full length Assassin's Creed
Combat
game.
looks kind of good as well. Like from what I've seen, you got that cool
Yeah.
the wrist blades are there, and you're stabbing lads in the back, and you know,
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
and like very very timed combat. Like it's not going to be like, the same kind of combat you have in flat screen Assassin's Creed game where it's like the kind of like like Batman or Asylum type of back and forth between enemies and like
Right.
hitting this guy and then going to this guy. It's more like one-on-one, but like it seems like you can fight like a couple at once, which might get a little like guy attacking from the side, and you have to like kind of like position yourself. You're not gonna get like overwhelmed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you get,
even though you cut out a good bit there, I still got the gist of it, Muzz, I think.
damn it! Why is my mic doing?
It's probably my laptop. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Am I getting cut out to you too, Jackpot, or is it just?
Yes.
Okay, so it's my mic then. Maybe the connection. I don't know.
Just spit on it.
VRNMX says we all need buy.
Bye.
SDS says RoboCop will be good game for PSVR2. It looks really good. RoboCop.
Does it?
Like visually, it's like Unreal Engine 5, and like some of the stuff looks photorealistic and shit. I haven't actually seen much of the gameplay, but I'm hearing it's a decent game. Ray says if you're on crossroads inside a building, shots fired in front of you should sound like in front of you sound like they're coming from behind you. It's not just crossroads, but it's where I notice it the most. So it's in specific locations. Rogue says pretty much anytime I'm watching the silhouette of a teammate being shit at, the sounds are coming from a completely shot. That's what he meant to say, shot ass. The sounds are coming from a completely different direction if there's any walls in between. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not, and you're going to accuse me of being a firewall defender here. I haven't personally noticed many sound issues from firewall, but I don't doubt you. I believe it. Fozzie Bear says, hello everyone. How you doing, Fozzie Bear? How's that foreskin? How's that foreskin hanging?
Hanging all the way.
Nice.
No, it's tight because it's cold. Where does he live?
Low and lazy.
Where he lives. We don't know anything about him. He's a mystery. Does Synapse have any chance of winning this?
No.
Nobody else. It has to be GT7. It has to be Resident
or
Evil.
Resident Evil.
Those two.
I'd be shocked if it's not Gran Turismo 7. Like I know Resident Evil has a chance, but I think Gran Turismo's got it.
I actually think it's the opposite. I prefer Gran Turismo, but I think it's gonna be Resident Evil. I agree to your point, Muzz, as well. I think it's gonna be more popular than usual because everybody's prompting it up. But for me, I still feel Resident Evil is just such a obviously Gran Turismo too, right? Fucking popular franchise, but I don't know. I feel like it's more appealing overall.
Yeah, I'm fine either way. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I'll prefer Gran Turismo to win, but I feel the opposite. I think that Resident Evil is going to win, but we'll see.
All right. I'm getting some hate from LSB. Says it's called a fanboy, and yes, you are one when it comes to Firewall. Have you asked yourself why people become a fanboy of something? You know, I don't become a fanboy of things that I don't like. So if I'm a fanboy of something, I'm a fanboy of something because I enjoy it, you know. So yes. Although I do accept criticism of Firewall Ultra, so I don't like the usage of that word because I've said it many times. It's not where it needs to be. It needs more updates, but I still think it will get there. Although it is very popular right now to shit on Firewall Ultra as well.
Or at least sometimes we shit too much on it. It is what it is, you know.
And LSB is a notorious PSVR2 hater as well. Quest fanboy.
So he wants one. He's just trying to decide yes or no. He wants one. He knows he wants one.
Lies.
He wants one.
Love Machine says Ultra shots sound like from behind. I agree. And Movemaster Mix says, but Resident Evil 8 will win with the numbers. With the numbers? Maybe. I think Gran Turismo 7's got some big numbers too, though. But no, I agree. I think Resident Evil is going to take. I think it's going to be because of the genre, though. You know. But if Gran Turismo 7 wins, I'll be happy with that too. Rogue says, but you're indiscriminate with your discrimination. I'm not really sure who's that directed to. I'm not really sure at all. Anyway, next topic. You all ready for this?
What is it?
Creatures. This is where we're starting to stretch now because it's not really a topic. I mean, we could talk about the video here because we didn't cover it last week. So the video is where they're comparing the different versions and what they look like. So Quest 2, and then they're comparing it to Quest 3, PC, and PSVR2. So it's like a side-by-side comparison you'll see there in the screen, and you're going to see things like the newer versions will have grass, where in Quest 2 they have no grass and stuff like that, and they're going to have like birds flying around outside and volumetric fog and shit in the interiors and better lighting effects and whatnot. But the reason it's here as a topic is because we're halfway through November and this game is coming out in November and we haven't heard when it's coming out, or we don't have a date, so we don't know really anything. So when is this game coming? Jack, what, you are the man who tells the future, predicts everything. And this is why I told you to remind me this when we got to Breachers. Because the reason you said Phasmophobia was going to get delayed was because we were halfway through the month and we still didn't have a date. So you're like, it's going to be delayed. So we're halfway through this month and we still don't have a date. So what are you going to say now, bitch?
I'm gonna say that it's coming before the end of the month, probably the last week of the month. Most likely, they might delay, but I don't know. I don't think they will. I think this game is already ready to go. One thing I gotta say before I forget about this game, because people are gonna play this game and gonna try to compare it to Firewall. No shit. It's not gameplay Firewall, meaning it takes a whole clip to down somebody. Like, you'll die quick in this fucking game. Firewall, it sounds stupid. Yeah, headshots. This game, if I want to give one tip, and I'm not tip because I'm good. I fucking suck at this game. But it's headshots, dude, because a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, this game fucking I die all the time. I can't kill them," because people start learning that you have to get headshots, and it's just a little bit different. It's easier to die in this game. I'm just gonna say that before people jump and bitch about how they die.
And there's no reviving. There's no reviving teammates. You're dead. You're dead, right?
And there's no reviving, and you do have syringes, all kinds of shit. But when you die, it's not like Firewall. You can get on cameras, but you cannot see the enemy unless they're shooting. As soon as they start shooting, if you're in the camera and he shoots, it's gonna appear.
He's invisible otherwise. Like
yeah, so you can't.
Looking at him, you just can't see him.
You can't see him as a dead person, right? Unless they shoot, right? So it's there's difference. It's not. That's why I was saying it's not. There's no Firewall killer. It's not. It's just a different game. But I think it's a really good game. It still has a lot of work to go, but I don't think it's rough or anything. But I'm just saying, a lot of people think it's like, oh, this game is gonna be like Firewall. It's a shooter, and it's a team and all that shit, and activate a bomb and all that shit. But it's not. Like I said, it's different, and that's why I think it's just gonna be a really popular, but on the list. It's not gonna replace Firewall whatsoever. I think so.
Okay.
And there's a lot more stuff. Like I said, not just you can't see the players, but like I said, it's different. There's a lot more to it. Like you said, most of the windows in there, they're breakable, right? There's all kinds of shields that you can put, like a hard fucking shield on your on the door frame. There's all kinds of different things you can do. Like I said, that it's different than Firewall. So people are gonna want to compare it, and further people are bitching on the Discord for First Contact. Oh, this game is gonna kill Firewall. No, it's another really good game.
Firewall can do that just fine themselves. Don't worry.
Damn.
Yeah.
Muzz bringing the spice.
Yeah, Firewall's not always there.
Movemaster Mix says Muzz is right. Firewall Ultra, there is a great game screaming to shine through.
Exactly.
Love Machine says Firewall 0 hour audio perfect. Don't understand how they fucked up Ultra. LSB says, don't worry, Pumpkin. We were all fanboys about something. Actually, you're a Nintendo fanboy. Isn't that your big thing with Nintendo?
Well, Firewall 0 hour, if I'm not mistaken, was on the Game of the Year list last year, right?
No, not last
year.
Or
not last year. Not last year, but when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it won?
No.
It didn't win.
Beat Saber.
But it was on the list.
Fuck Beat Saber.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
It
should have won. Best game. Best game.
But it was there. So, it should have been there again this year. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, it's definitely disappointing that it's not. It's sad. It is sad. It should have been.
I think because of the game not working. If the game would have worked properly, what I mean is the issues that we couldn't join and all that.
Yeah.
It probably would have made it instead of maybe like the humanity or whatever.
Do you think if it launched back then in the state it is today, so the way it is now, if it launched as that, it would have replaced humanity or something like that.
Maybe,
yes.
But I still feel like we would have bitched about the grenades and the eye tracking and all that bullshit. 100%. So I don't know how much backlash we would have gotten still, but yeah, it will definitely be a lot more chances of being in there instead of humanity. I think
if it was just a copy and paste, exactly how Firewall 0 hour, and they just brought that with how the game looks now, and they just took how you played 0 hour and put it into Firewall Ultra, everyone would be playing it and not really complain too much.
Trinkets and everything,
I
and
think that's
obviously,
what
Yeah.
we're getting, though.
yeah.
I think that's what we're
Oh.
getting. I mean, you don't want the. I don't think we're going to get the VR interactions that you're talking about. But I think we're going to
No.
get to the
No,
0 hour.
no.
The grenades stuff like that. That's going to be 0 hour again.
Or
Yeah.
are we gonna be able to customize our characters? Because now everybody looks the same.
I'm
It's
just.
like,
I
what
think
the
that's
fuck?
going to come. Like I'm guessing that's going to come with the seasons. Like once they bring,
I
you know, how
hope.
they had to give you a reward was always like a cosmetic. Like 90% of those rewards were cosmetic things. So
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
unless they start bringing like way more equipment and stuff out to reward you with instead, but we'll have to wait and see how that works.
Yeah, when you can
Rogue
customize,
says,
it's always better.
doesn't matter when it's coming out. Everyone wishlist breaches. I already have. And my suspicion is that it will just drop one day. Like Project Wingman, you remember that just fucking came out of nowhere? I got like a ping on my phone. It's like Project Wingman is out now because I'd wishlisted it.
Just save your money. Save your money. If you're Thanksgiving, your grandma gives you money, just save it because you're
Did they give
probably
us a
by
price?
then already be.
Did they give us a price for this on PlayStation?
No, but it's probably gonna be slightly higher than the PC version or the Quest version because it's $30 on Steam, which I think is the same. So, but it's worth it, dude. It's worth it.
All right.
It's probably gonna be 30 or $40.
Rogue says on cams you only see what others see, but you can ping locations. You can also hear footsteps if everyone shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
Breachers will not replace firewalls as LSB. That's bullshit. Movemaster Mix says, is Breachers quick to level up? They only recently added progression to that game, didn't they?
Depends what do you compare it with. If you compare it with Firewall, every game. But yes, it's not. You don't. In this game, for me, you worry about playing and you get rewarded pretty good. And like I told you, here is you. At least right now, right? You play and you have most of the stuff unlocked because it's like you're earning money every round. And if you do good, you have more money in that round to spend on attachments. You
Like
pull the
Pavlov.
gun out, kind of like Pavlov. Yeah, kind of like that. You pull your gun out and then you select what gun you want to buy. And then there's attachments to that weapon. And each attachment, each grenade, all that stuff costs money in that time. Now, I don't know the progression system overall, if it's even out or not. We don't play it as much right now, but they are gonna add progression system. But even without the progression system, it's really fun. So I'm assuming once they add that, if they already did, it's gonna be even better. And obviously with all the money that they're gonna get from us, because I'm gonna buy this shit on the PSVR2, because I prefer to play it on the PSVR2. I'm hoping it's just gonna continue to grow. We're gonna get more maps. It's just gonna get better. So yeah, I'm telling you, this game is gonna be really, really good, really popular. It's gonna be one of the games that like, okay, this is a must-have.
It's going to be added to regular rotation along with all the other
Yes.
fun games. And the icon, the
Yeah.
symbol will be a door. I think we've agreed it's going to be a door emoji to vote for that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
100%. Rogue says 100% Breachers won't replace Firewall, but it will give us a good tactical game that people are actually playing. Movemaster Mix says Crossfire should have replaced Humanity on the list. Ooh, that's an interesting one. LSB
Crossfire.
pointing up to it, agreeing with Mick, I believe. Firewall 0 Hour Remastered, says Mick. Love Machine says remaster Firewall 0 Hour and PSVR2 be nuts, and then we can play against aim control players. Should be done before Ultra came out. Mick says, cheers, Jackbot. Great to know. Well, there you go. Getting some appreciation for your knowledge there, Mr. Jackbot. And Rogue says, like Pavlov, but if you have extra money, you can buy and use defensive items and then go back and buy more to place within the setup period. Also,
And you can still guns. Yeah, and you can still guns. Like if you kill somebody before the round ends really quick, you grab their fucking equipment and you put it in. I think it goes to the next round. And not only that, we talked about this. I think it's 5v5. And you don't have to worry about firewall private lobbies. You can't level up. You can't do any of that shit. It's going to be, like I said, very popular in the rotation because we're not going to need, I think, Kathleen for this. Because, again, 10 people, it's quite a bit.
But could you do
Yeah.
4v4 if you needed to? Like if you didn't have enough?
Yeah, but what you do is you start in a lobby and there's a basketball court and like a little DJ thing in the back and the bottom. And then in the middle of the basketball court, there's a little button. And you basically vote on the map you want to play next. You have a little fucking virtual screen that you can pop up all the time, and then you pick on the map. And then sometimes people are like, why the fuck did you start it? Because if you go and hit the button, it's gonna start the round. So if you have 3 people and 2 people on the other side, it's gonna start. I don't remember if it starts you with bots as teammates and then people join in and it replaces them,
Okay.
or it's just 3 versus 2. I don't remember how it is, but yeah, it starts like that whenever you press the
And so
ready
what's
button.
the downtime like between rounds? Is it just straight into another match straight away, or do you go back to that lobby area again, or how does it work?
No, no, fuck no. You wait there for you play. I don't remember how many rounds, but you may let's say you lose, and then the next round it's immediately, and you play a bunch of rounds. I don't remember how many, and then you go back to the lobby. But it's not quick, and it's not doesn't take forever either. It's enough. I think it's the right time.
Like
Yeah.
best out of 5 or something like that.
I think it's some shit. I don't remember what it is, but it's something that nobody really, and I don't ever complain about or think about because it just feels right. You know, the only complaints I have about the game is that I fucking suck because I don't play enough. Because if you're good, you start getting headshots, and as soon as it's not like super impossible. As soon as you pop your head, you're gonna get shot. But like, there's some people that just wait on the angle in the corners like a firewall. But this one, they're good. They hit you in the head once, and you're gonna
Done.
be done.
Rogue says it's
Um,
like best out of 10 or
That
something.
goes for a
no,
while
really.
then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Decepticon says there's 0 downtime.
yeah.
There you go.
I'm telling you, it's a good game.
The only
Graphics, nothing
downtime
like
is like
Star Wars.
the beginning of each round where you have like a because it doesn't let you there's like a timer that it doesn't let you attack until it's like ready.
Oh, he's set
Yep.
up defensive shit like and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And the windows, like,
It's not like if you're the attacker and you just pick your gun really fast, you can just rush right in. You have to
Yeah.
wait
yeah,
for the
Okay.
you
countdown.
you can get
It's like
like
that's more like Rainbow Six where it gives you the defenders time to like set their traps and stuff
I
and
was going to say
like
Overwatch.
right,
I remember
but
playing that in Overwatch.
in Overwatch, because in Breach and Rainbow Six, you just have the little fucking drones, but you can't move physically. In Breachers, you can move physically, but up to the outside of the building, right? The windows and all that is it's breachable, right? You can break it. You can't touch it. Like if you hit it, nothing's gonna happen. After the timer, then if you touch it, it's gonna get destroyed. So you can move tactically a little bit, but it's not like not every time that the bombs or A and B are gonna be right next to the window that you're gonna be right there immediately, right? A lot of the
Okay.
times it's like deep in the building. Sometimes it is right there, but it's not. It's they're also really good for me where you spawn where they put the bombs. It's not like it kind of everything kind of works out pretty good. But yeah, you're right, Most. There's a lot of tactical at the beginning, but you can move around a little bit.
So Rogue says, so if
yeah.
you win 6 in a row, I think you win. Decepticon says you can fire up the lobby whenever bots will join, if not full. LSB says it gives you a chance to form up a strategy. That could be like a good thing that Firewall could use, like keep the attackers in their room for like a few seconds or whatever to give you a chance to put your jammer down and
That
stuff
would
like that.
that would be a
Mhm.
good idea. Firewall should actually I don't think that would be too hard for them to implement. Just make it so there's like a 20 second like a 20 seconds for the match to like start. So everyone has a chance to like, get ready for the round. So that'll actually cut down on some like rushing a
Rushers.
little bit. Yeah.
Rogue says, who wants to bet that pumpkins will jump breach through windows like a live action hero every game? Can
Oh
you
yeah.
dive through the windows?
I don't know. You
How do you mean
can
jump
you
breach?
can.
What does he mean by that?
Well, he means that when you're rappelling down, right, and there's a window
Okay.
breakable, you can. There's many things to do. What a lot of people do is, and I like to do is you get close to the window, you press whatever button it is, it pushes you back, and as soon as you're about to come in, you shoot the thing, and then you have somebody to toss immediately a fucking frag or a flash, and then you just basically fucking Navy SEAL 6 come in like that, and then you jump inside and you fucking just murdering everybody.
Nice.
The other way to get in the window is if you're not repelling or anything, there's a window. You physically grab the edge, and then you kind of go like that, and then it like pushes you in. Like you do the little thing. So there's 2 ways, but the best way, the most fun way, is to do like that repelling. But it will be cool, and I don't think you can do this in Rainbow Six. You can flip around. Remember,
Yeah,
you
you
can
were saying
flip
that.
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, go upside down. That would be
I don't think you can go upside down on this. But it will be cool.
Maybe
But
if you
yeah,
go
the
if
repel,
you go
dude,
upside down
it's
in real life, though, maybe it would happen in the game too.
like fuck. I haven't tried it, but
Give it a go.
if it
Get that
works, that
sex
would be
swing
cool.
hanging up in the game space. See what you can do.
That ab workout, have you seen that? It's just like fucking flips you around.
Love Machine says,
Oh,
"Is there
yeah.
a beta for Breachers? Not for the PSVR2 version, but it has been in like early access for a long time on Quest or something. Isn't it only recently like a full release on Quest now? Like it was in the side. What do they call that
Um,
fucking weird side app or side lab or some shit like that?
no, I think this was out for a while. It's just when it came out, it was some garbage, unacceptable stuff. Like you couldn't join your friends. Remember, that's why we couldn't play it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
couldn't join your teammates right away.
Okay, I assume that was early access shit, but that was the full release.
Maybe.
Oh
I don't
shoot!
know.
One thing I kept forgetting to ask you, Jackpot, is can you actually lean around corners in Breachers? Like, can you lean and it's just your head that leans around, or does your whole body move firewall? Or you just kind of like your whole
Great
body move?
question. If I remember correctly, because I remember, the something as a bitch, he always like peaks and stuff. I think when he moves, you can move your body like that, not just. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can just peek and not your whole body shows, like just your head peaks and stuff.
Nice. It would be cool.
Uh,
Like, yeah, if it does
I'm not
just your
sure.
head, just your head tracking. If it knows that you're just moving your head.
The Wolf Crazes in the chat. He says, "Yes, Muzz, you can."
Yeah,
All right.
because when you
So
move
there you go.
around, when
Thank
you
you, Wolf
fuck
Crazes. Well
around,
done.
you can see the characters, right? And like in Firewall, it's just fucking, just fucking stiff dudes moving around to a point. In this one, the characters do move around when you actually move your head like that. So, and obviously, like the Wolf Chris says, yes, you can. So,
Decepticon says you can also lean into walls and listen and hear people scuttling. Is this true?
Do you put a
Is this like
glass?
a
Do you put a
mechanic?
glass?
Is this a mechanic? You like listen to the wall
You,
for
you put a
fucking...
glass up. You put a glass up against the wall. You have a your
can
items you
hear
can take with you.
walls. They're in the
you can hear the footsteps like when they're upstairs and why not. I don't know about the fucking putting your ear in the, but it might be. I don't know.
Maybe he just imagined it. Rogue says if you click jump over a window, you will swing back and break through feet first and slide in. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely will do that every time I have the opportunity.
Yeah, and
That
if
was
you
like one
time
of
it
the.
with teammates, it's cool.
That's like one of the first things I've seen on the game way back. I think GT was playing it like when it was first out, and one of the first things he did was like rappel and then like jumped in the window. And as he was jumping in the window, he shot a guy like mid on his breach. And well, I want to get that game.
That's the whole selling point. That's the whole
Yep.
selling point.
Yep. That's awesome.
Decepticon says depends on how you're doing it. I assume he means the peeking around corner thing, or maybe he's on about listening to people scuttling. I don't know. Yes,
The
it's
crouching is
true.
weird.
He says yes, it's true. So you can hear people scuttling. Apparently, if you put your head against the wall.
Cuddling.
Yeah, the crouching
Maybe-
is weird because
Maybe
you
it's
have
just
to hold
rats.
down
Rats
the
in the
button.
walls. Maybe you're just hearing rats.
What
Like,
you can say?
It's just real house. It's real house. It's like wait.
Why is crouching weird?
Because I think you can do it physically, but you can also do it. You hold the joystick or whatever button down, and then you can just see the thing just kind of like go down like that. Like just go down like that, and you can see the characters down. So I don't know if you can physically crouch. You might be able to, but there's an option. I know for sure. You go like that with the button, and it just crouches.
I just want
I'm
the
not
button press.
complaining,
I
but-
want the button crouch. I don't want to be crouching up and down.
No,
Too
I don't,
tired.
I don't have the needs for that.
Yeah, me neither.
Rogue says, yeah, I think if you tilt your head, it does more of a peak than a full body move. That's going to be interesting to test out. We should test that out when we get the chance.
Right. But I agree with you guys. It's a pain in the ass, but I do like when you can do it because that kill that I got when we were playing Pablo, the fucking game about werewolves within, and I have the clip, remember? I physically lay down on the fucking floor and my neck was hurting.
Yeah.
And that's when I lowered you. And that's pretty fucking dude, that's one of the most fun interactive things that I've done in VR, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's obviously a pain in the ass, and I would like the button press as well. But I don't remember if you can physically crouch down.
Decepticon says you
And
can. He's saying you can physically crouch.
Wait, Rogue says you can also grab onto some surfaces and move your body around. What does
So
he mean
that'd be
by
like
that?
synapse, is it? When you put your hand onto something and then you can kind of move around cover? While
So
your
you
hand's
can
on
grab
something,
like, yeah, you can grab like walls and like pull yourself.
it might be similar to because when you jump on the windows, right? You grab the edge of the window and then you physically go like this. So maybe in the windows
It
or
does
the
say some
edges you can.
surfaces. So maybe.
Some
Right.
surfaces.
Love Machine says, time to get on Ultra, get some aces. Let's go. Nice stream, boys. See you soon. Thank you, Love Machine, for watching in the comments and the nice words. And hope you get
Love
some aces.
Machine.
Do it. Let's move on to
After bad mouthing and trashing Firewall for some reason, I kind of
Let's
want
play
to.
some
I kind of
Firewall.
want to. Yeah, I want to jump on there and play now. Weird, weird how that works.
Reg says, not walls, but you can grab some boxes, etc. in the rooms. So there you go. We move on to the last topic.
Do
I
it.
don't understand. I don't understand what the point of that would be. Like, what are you doing if you grab a box? Like, why would you need to like pull or yeah? What are you doing with?
Like, have you tried that in Synapse and like Fract and stuff like
No.
that? It's really
Oh,
natural.
is it? It's a cover mechanic then. That's
Yeah,
what he's
but it
talking about.
feels
I thought
really
it
good
did.
though.
Okay. Yeah. So
At
like
least in those games.
lifting up like that. Okay.
Yeah. So that would that would be, I would imagine, the best way to peek, because your body would still be where your hand is, kind of. You can just move your head around. It's so you can get up on them, says Rogue, but you can halfway it. Oh, so it's a climbing mechanic, but you don't have to go all the way up, and you can use it as a cover mechanic to peek. Okay.
Cool.
2 weeks.
New updated voting list for the game selection. I will once Breachers is out. I'll add it to the list. It will be a door emoji, Mick. Anyway, this new thing I have on the screen, next topic, is this Play Asia listing that's doing the rounds that people have been getting excited about. But don't get your hopes up, because this is an old listing. This is not proof that Sense controllers are going to be purchasable separately from PSVR2. This is a Play Asia listing that has been up since before the PSVR2 even came out. And if you want other reasons to be skeptical, there's like only... These are the pictures that Sony put out promoting the Sense controllers. You know, there's no boxed packaging or anything like that, which is what you'd normally see on websites like this. So this is like not a big topic, not a big deal or whatever, just more like a heads up. Don't get your hopes up on this, because it's not happening, pal. It is not happening.
They're not taking pre-orders or anything, are they?
No, they are not.
Good.
We're getting close to a year now.
Yeah.
With no way to buy these things separately. And we were
That's
just playing
true.
golf with Donnie recently, and he got angry. He missed a shot, and he threw his fucking controller on the ground. I was like, Jesus, Donnie, how can you afford to do that?
I saw his golf club spinning around like flying. I was like, what in the hell is going on? Oh, you threw your controller. That makes sense.
Yeah, I couldn't take that risk, no matter how angry I got. But yeah, that's all I want to say about that. I was really worried, again, as usual, that we weren't going to have enough topics, but here we are, nearly 2.5 hours of yapping.
We did
You're
it.
so negative. You're so negative.
With just 6 topics, we really stretched out. I suppose we added bitching about Firewall, so that's a 7th topic, the old classic patent.
Yeah, we
And
can't go.
Sony, we talked shit about
can't go
Sony
without
marketing
And Sony marketing, yeah, another
and
classic.
Firewall.
Just
Or Firewall.
So all that's left is the fax machine. So let me just play that intro for 12 seconds.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Oh shit, I'm tired.
All right, it's done. Okay, we got some questions. First one is from Deadeye Dan. Deadeye Dan says, you were not impressed with last night's choice of games. Do you wish you could play Firewall Ultra more? Question mark. Listen, I wasn't too disappointed. I don't mind trying out something different. Like D-Day was something different. It's a beta. It's not going to be around forever.
Right.
So it was somewhat entertaining to do that, even though it was frustrating in many ways, and I don't want to play it again. Do I want to play Firewall Ultra more? There's definitely days where it's like, damn, I got a little craving for Firewall, but Gran Turismo won. But, you know, I don't mind it either, because Gran Turismo is still fucking really good. So yes, but not in a way that makes me upset or anything.
I kind of always wanted to be Firewall, just because I know I'm so far behind in leveling up. And I know there's so much like stuff I haven't even done yet in terms of getting guns and equipment and, you know, doing the fun stuff that I don't have yet, and it's going to take a long time. But
The next time we do a Firewall stream, we need to do 2 hours before I start the stream, where we're just playing Exfil for 2 hours, and then we start the stream after that,
yeah,
or something.
No more controllers.
No,
I don't think I've
charged them up.
I don't think I've ever had such a love-hate relationship with ever as I do with Firewall Ultra.
Oh, dude, yeah. Firewall 1, it's like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, like it's like,
I want you bad, baby. Riddick says, I saw you complaining about Maz and D-Day, but pretty much all those deaths from someone at range were me. I was complaining. If I was complaining about muzzles, because he was the one who like really championed for D-Day to be selected as the game we played. That was my complaining. But you did get me.
Get out and try new things. Get in and try new things, Pumpkin.
It was good to see the kill cam. Yeah, Rogue was nailing me a few times. But you, like, there was a round where you finished on top and you were like 80 something kills or something stupid like that.
No, that's Geisen. That's Geisen kills.
Maybe it was like 50 or 60.
Geisen wasn't playing. Geisen wasn't playing when we were playing, or else he would have been like, go as the up at the list. Yeah.
Sick man. Wolf Craze says Firewall 0 Hour led to Stockholm Syndrome. Did I Dan? Another question says, have you talked about X8 coming to PSVR2? I thought I heard someone mention that, but I may be wrong. That is coming to PSVR2, but it's like getting Quest version first or PCVR version first. I can't remember which. I think it's like an early access or Basers or some shit going on over there.
What game?
X8 is kind of like a hero shooter online arena type thing where you pick a character and different characters have different abilities.
Oh, yeah. Now I know what you mean.
Doesn't look very exciting to me, or like, you know, kind of visuals aren't there. But maybe it's fun. I don't know. I'll care more about that. We'll talk more about that game once we get more PSVR2 news about it. Next one, and thank you, Dan, for them questions. Next one is Plank, aka Movemaster Mick. He says, would you rather be able to forget your worst memory or remember your best memory better?
Oh my. Remember our best memory better. Fuck, I don't know.
Remember the best memory better, I guess.
I'm trying to think, what is my worst memory? Do you have one that would be like, oh, this is my worst?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. That's why I'm saying remember the best memory better, because I can't really think bad memory. Automatically thinking like, oh, I want to lose that one. So, nothing that extreme that I like concerned over.
Remember my first blowy Joey better. That's what I'm going with.
The one and only. the one and only.
It was so good I didn't want any more. Like, that's enough. That's enough for me. Jack,
I'll probably pick the nice one better, just because, you know, I think that will still be more beneficial or better than even the bad memories can be deleted. But yeah,
if you remove the worst memory, you will simply replace it with the second worst memory, and that'll be your new worst memory. So
there you go. There you go.
His second question is: would you rather drink soup out of a farmer's welly, or from a bin?
What's a welly?
A Wellington, like a boot.
Oh,
a farmer's welly, or from a bin man's sock.
Who's a bin man?
Like the
trash
collector man.
What are they? Garbage man.
What side of town you guys are at? They're both on the other side of the river, huh?
Yeah, he's in English.
Okay.
I would take it out of the boot. Boot. I think a boot would be better than a sock.
Welly. I'll say welly. I'm going welly as well.
The farmer's boot or the garbage man's sock.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to eat something from a sock or drink anything.
A boot. Doesn't Australian do that shit? They shoey all the time.
Well, there you go.
They do that.
It's muzzles, or not muzzles. It's rogues culture. I assume you're picking boot, Wellington. I don't know. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Boot. Yeah.
Next one is
fuck the sock, man. The sock has contact with the skin.
So far, these are not difficult. Pete says, "How you doing, Pete? By the way, would you rather be stuck in a small room with 10 non-venomous snakes or 10 tarantulas?"
Fuck.
Fuck.
Not small room, not like this room that I'm in now.
And also not specific. Not specific about what kind of snakes either.
Just non-venomous.
Just non-venomous.
Well, he said non-venomous, so probably won't kill you.
Like an anaconda is non-venomous, and that shit's fucking huge.
Well, I'm assuming regular ones. I don't think P's talking about fucking
or tarantulas. Or tarantulas.
Yeah. Are tarantulas, like, if they bite a person, is that dangerous?
Oh, but it hurts like a bitch, I'm assuming.
They're probably easier to avoid, though. Like, if it's a well-lit room, tarantulas probably just stay still in the corner and not move. Like, I don't know how long you have to be there.
Tarantulas would probably try to avoid you. Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna like.
But the snakes will be fucking slithering all over the place, probably rubbing up your leg, getting on that dick.
Probably
All of a
gets
sudden,
excited.
yeah.
I would say going up your pant leg,
Yeah,
and
It's
yeah. Feeling that
petting his
tongue, that
snakes
little
every
tongue
night
coming out, that forked tongue.
in his
There's like,
chair.
damn girl, what that tongue do?
I'll say the tarantulas. Say the
Is
tarantulas.
that tarantulas?
Yeah.
I think I'll still go with the snakes, even though I said all that shit. I just terrified of spiders. I don't like spiders at all. So 10 of them.
Yeah,
big
because
ones,
it's fuck.
would just fucking, I'd have a freak out, you know. But with the snakes,
I don't think need.
Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. I was just thinking out loud.
I know, like
With the
snakes
snakes,
don't
what?
disgust me like spiders disgust me, you know.
I guess it depends on also how big, like how small of a room you're talking. Like if it's like a small like bedroom,
Pumpkin
then
streaming room.
Yeah, if it's
The
my
boss.
room,
then I might say snakes because at least snakes aren't gonna like. Or yeah, they.
man, that reason just all got cut out.
They're not gonna crawl in your something. Is
It's
it?
called on your
Yeah,
neck,
if it's a really small room, then the tarantulas might end up crawling up your back and stuff. And
well, how long do you? You
then-
didn't say how long you have to be in the room.
Yeah, a lot of this is
But
a
he
little
says
bit
stuck. He says stuck in a room. So
stuck in.
you're
a
trying
long
to get
time.
out. So
Snakes.
could be a long time.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Depends on the size of the snake. Because if you end up getting like something bites you.
I think
the
either one,
tarantula probably
as long
hurts
as
more.
as long as you stay still, I don't think either one's gonna cause you a problem. None of them are gonna attack you.
But some of them snakes, you know how they kind of raise up and they start like making themselves look big and to
Yeah.
scare you and intimidate you, and even though they're not
Yeah.
venomous, that would put me off as well. I tuck
Yeah,
my
'cause I don't
pants
think-
into my socks.
Yeah,
And then
I'll still go with the
snakes.
tarantulas. I'm gonna stick with the tarantulas
Yeah,
because
stick
I don't
with them?
think
Okay.
tarantulas
Well-
are just gonna try to avoid you because
Yeah.
like they're not gonna
I
want
think
to
that's
like.
the smart thing to do, but just because of my irrational fear of spiders, I would go with snakes.
Yeah, there's tarantulas in here, and I fucking thankful we don't see them. But yeah, I don't like spiders either. I don't like snakes either. Sorry, Pete. I mean they're fucking amazing, but fuck no. But I'll say snakes too. I think.
Yeah. All right, peace. LSB says, if you had a penis and a vagina, would you fuck yourself? How would it?
No,
How would that even work?
How would it work? Is it like
maybe you have
one's
it.
on
You
your
ain't.
left thigh and the other's on your right thigh, and you just smash them together? Is that how are you gonna do it?
Maybe you have.
It would have to
like
be. It would have to be. Or it's
Like
like,
a chain.
on your elbow here. On your elbow.
It's like a chain. You have your dick,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then in between your asshole, you have your vagina, and then you just put it like a fucking lock. And then you
What?
just swoop it in there.
A lock?
You know, you just fucking go like this.
Do you bend?
I
You
think-
break your penis to reach back around and insert it into yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Who was that
Well,
one from? Who was that one
LSP,
from?
That was
Well,
the amazing LSP.
We're talking
There-
about
there's
have a
always,
vagina. I'm
there's
assuming
always,
you're
there's always got to be
flexible.
one. There's always got to be one.
Shake my head.
I think LSB is spending a little too much time with his flashlight, and that's what's good.
Wolf Crazy.
I don't think I would though.
Says bring a tent into the room. Should be safe. He didn't say that's cheating though. I consider that cheating. I just assume you're just trapped in a room. You're not prepared for it. It's just something that happens. You know. Movemaster Mix says depends how big your todger is. Lol.
I don't think I would. It's like if you can suck your dick, would you? I wouldn't.
No, because it would just feel like sucking a penis. You know?
I feel like sucking a penis. You would be sucking a
Yeah,
penis.
it wouldn't. Like that would be the dominant feeling, though. You know, you probably.
You guys
wouldn't
remember
get the
that
pleasure.
rumor? You guys remember that rumor a long time ago that
Marilyn Manson.
Prince? Oh, no,
Marilyn
that was-
Marilyn Manson removed one of his rib cages so he could suck his own dick.
Yes.
Something Decepticon
Yes.
would do with his filthy ass
Absolutely, he would.
STD stuff.
Absolutely, he would. That man has no ribs left. He still can't get it in. He's got 2 ribs left. He still can't reach it. Lucas Myers, how you doing? He says, hi, Pumpkin. How you doing, Lucas Myers? Sorry you had to join us at this exact moment in time. And then the last one is from Donnie, but Donnie is just replying to Jedi Dan. So that's the last one, actually. From last
Well,
week.
that's
We
not
had
Donnie
bad.
doesn't understand. Donnie doesn't understand what the fax machine is for.
No, he get mixed up. He got mixed up.
Okay.
I'll allow it this time, but if it happens again, permanent ban. So We didn't really answer it though. Is it? Would we do it? Is that what the question was?
No, I wouldn't.
You
No,
wouldn't do
No,
it.
I don't think so.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
Yeah,
Interesting
but
question.
there's no negative not to do it.
No, I just
So
wouldn't. I
it's
don't.
like, no, but I'm saying like normally it's like, well, would you do this or would you do that? You know, so, but you have to pick a bad thing either way. But this is like, would you rather do this bad thing or would you just not do it?
Well, maybe for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know what it feels like to have a penis going inside me. So I'm going to say no as well. Lucas Myers says Firewall is finally fixing up for me. The rank resets were crazy. Arizona will be a great game. That we've talked at length about both of these things earlier on, Lucas, but I'm glad you're enjoying Firewall more now. Mr. Tortoise is
Me
here.
too.
He says, just got here. Context, you're going to have to scroll back, Mr. Tortoise. At the end of the show, we kind of get some weird questions in, and it always involves penises and sperm and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we've reached the end. Muzz and Jackpot, it's been wonderful to have you once again.
Has it?
No.
GG's.
It's fighting nonstop.
You know, you were wrong about everything you said. I didn't want to say it until the very end, but all your opinions
It's
were valid
fine.
ones.
That's why it's good. We agree to disagree. We have different opinions,
No,
and that's
I'm
why this
objective.
channel is not.
Objective.
You know, I was
not-
gonna
it's not a
recommend
cookie
we
cutter.
need to do like a top 5 VR game these days, but then I realized, man, I haven't played a lot of VR games yet, so
Played 5
I don't
games.
yeah, I don't think I can do a top VR game without playing all these
Plus, you
games.
spoil it. I think we all spoiled it by saying what would be our number one already at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Mr. Tortoise says, God damn, my internal clock is all off. Sorry, guys, we'll watch and comment after. No pressure, Mr. Tortoise, don't worry, but that's very nice of you. Thank you. LSB says, GGPP. Thank you, LSB. GG to you too. Lucas says, thanks for the stream, guys. Keep it up. And then an aubergine emoji. So, I mean, he could be talking about his penis. Keep it up, you know, keep up the penis. Still
That's
a great
good.
podcast.
That's good
guys.
advice.
Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Mick. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. Join the Discord and put your stuff in the fax machine for next week's episode. And hopefully next week we'll be talking about Breachers. We might have like a proper release date. You know, who knows? Phasmophobia could have dropped for all we know. You know, fingers crossed. Anything could happen. GG.
Give it up, man. Give it up.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. Eventually I will be right. Anyway, I'm ending the stream.
GG, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What the fuck is this?